Tonight, the playoffs continue for the 2019 3WideRacing League RaceKings Cup Series. It's elimination night at the paperclip. Welcome to Sim TV. My name's Kyle Heyer, joined tonight by Finney and Dakuna. It's round 3 of 6 in the playoffs for the 3WideRacing Cup Series. Finney, and tonight we eliminate 6 of our 12 contenders as we trudge on towards Homestead and the championship. 6 contenders tonight will go home without a chance to win the trophy. 6 others will be well on their way to collecting a championship. Tonight we race for 250 laps at Martinsville Speedway, the paperclip, a half-mile racetrack known for being basically a brute force racetrack. You bump, you grind, you push, and you shove, and at the end of 250 laps tonight, somebody will be crowned a winner, and 6 drivers will be moving on.
Yeah, indeed. Really interesting seeing that. You can see your points picture out right down there below, and obviously Chad Frankenfield and Matt Gruenberg moving on, although I think you and me probably both wouldn't have been surprised if that was the case 3 weeks ago, with those 2 drivers being pretty much the best of the field so far. Then we got Tate Lightle sitting in 3rd. He's in and even Justin Kolb too. They're looking like they're in a pretty good spot to move on, considering the field size we have here tonight. However, Josh Adams and Johnny Thomas a little bit close to the cutoff area. And guys like Carlos Acosta and Kevin Finn trying to race their way in. They got a good shot at doing so, but I think they're going to be in almost a must-win scenario to try to move on. Yeah,
essentially, I think everyone from Richard Hinds on down is probably in a must-win scenario. I think Kevin Finn has shown a lot of speed in practice. He could probably go out and win this thing. Carlos Acosta, I'm not quite sure about. We'll have to wait and see. But I think the trouble isn't what Kevin Finn can do. The trouble is, are Josh Adams and Johnny Thomas going to have a bad race? I don't think so. I mean, they're really solid drivers. This is a good racetrack for them. It's going to be hard to root them up out of the way and take these spots away. They need some misfortune by a couple of these drivers highlighted in yellow, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I was going to say they need misfortune. I mean, the easiest way for them to avoid misfortune is just ride around there. Don't force the issue. You know that you're X amount of points ahead of your competitors, and just try to stay ahead of them if you can. So I think that's what's going to be on the plate for the 95 and the 83. I think though Acosta and Kevin Finn, they're going to be up there at the front all day, get those halfway points. Those are going to be very valuable to these guys.
So again, 17 cars in the field tonight, a little bit light here at Martinsville, which is actually not a good thing for the drivers behind the championship. They want as many cars as possible to make it easy to grab those points if somebody falls out of it. But so far tonight, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. James Miller currently sits on provisional pole with a 19.010. Kevin Finn is second, and that's the driver I'm watching tonight. That driver, the number 14. He's been solid in practice, very solid in qualifying. Again, if he wins this race tonight, he moves on. It's going to bump somebody out, so we have to keep an eye on that as well. Grace Clark in the 22, currently 5th, quick.
Yeah, James Miller, though, currently on pole. That 42, man, he's really fast. If he comes back next season full time, we can expect him to be in the playoffs. He's done a really good job in that 42 car. Here comes Kyle Hanshaw on the 46.
So a reminder on the left-hand side of the screen, all the numbers that are lit up in the cyan blue, those are the drivers in the RaceKings Cup Series playoffs here this evening. There are 12 of them tonight. There will be only 6 next week. So Kyle Hanshaw comes across the line, P6 in his number 46 car. One of the drivers that is not in the playoff picture, at least not now, as Austin Derbyshire in the 91 waits to roll off pit lane. Is the 46 isn't in the playoffs, is he? Oh, yes. Why is he not lit up? It's not lit up. My mistake there. Feel bad for Kyle. 11 points back though, so likely won't be after at least tonight.
Well,
so
we'll definitely try to keep in mind that.
I can't believe no one saw that the last 2 weeks. But all right, well, my bad, I guess. Chad Frankenfield though, he is in the playoffs. He's advanced, so tonight he's just going to pick up a win or try to. And he and Gruenberg have just been going head to head all season long. So really, these two do nothing but pick up more checkered flags until the last round at Homestead. Minute and 40 left in qualifying. Johnny Thomas in the 83. He was mighty quick in practice. Has not really put up great times in qualifying.
Comes across the line to complete his second lap.
19.366. It's going to be good enough.
I don't think it counted.
No, it didn't.
He hit the wall.
Yeah,
I want to put him in 9th, though, so we wouldn't have gained a whole lot of spots.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned now because, again, he's a driver that is really on the inside looking out. He's 7 points above the cut line. But if he has something go wrong, or damages that race car, he could find himself down, and he's got to score halfway points to keep himself above that cut line. I think he's probably safe as long as he has a decent finish night, top 5, top 10, but it looks like he's struggling a little bit with the handling of that race car. Matt Gruenberg in the 54, I don't think he's actually going to take a qualifying lap, at least not yet. Robert Hill Jr. in the 6, also filling in for Levi Zielinski again this week, as he did last week. I think he's also going to sit and wait for qualifying to conclude. Chad Frankenfield goes third quick. That was a 19.170 for the 15.
He'll only be good enough for third. Kevin Finn's in that 14, doing what he needs to get done up in second place.
We're going to be watching him all night long, and halfway point's going to be the big thing we're watching tonight. It'll be at lap 125. It's a 250-lap event tonight. It's not a particularly short event. It's half distance. Basically, it's an Xfinity race worth of time here, so it's going to be a little while. So my question to you is, if you don't pick Kevin Finney, you don't pick those top two drivers of the points, Frankenfield and Gruenberg, is there anybody else that kind of sparks your attention?
For this race alone?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, you really can't count out the 56er Tate Lightle. He's been consistently good. He's currently qualified in 4th. Keep an eye on him. He's done fairly well at short tracks, if my memory is not mistaken.
Well, I was going to take a look at the pole sitter, the driver number 42, James Miller. He's been mighty good at the short tracks this season, and again, was a little bit late coming into the Cup side of things, but he's done really well in the starts that he has, and especially at the short track stuff. So I think he's going to be one to beat tonight, especially from that pole position.
Ironically, too, he's pretty much done what Matt Gruenberg did and just showed up in the later part of the season and started really kicking butt. And funny enough, because they're teammates.
I just remembered we don't have halfway points in the playoffs. So that basically strands a lot of these drivers. Just one more look at your points here. Confirmed by Matt Gruenberg, by the way. All the guys who'd be the one to know. So that makes things a little bit more complicated for Carlos and Kevin and Richard. Because, I mean, there's really nothing they can do other than outdrive those drivers highlighted in yellow. And that's a tall task for sure. So 250 laps tonight is what we're going to be racing. Here's a look at our track conditions. 76 in the air, 104 on the racetrack. Not particularly challenging conditions. It's not great either, but there's not a whole lot of rubber down on the racetrack yet, which I think is going to heavily rubber in over the course of this race. This is a long one. It's going to be about an hour and 19 from start to finish if it goes green all the way to the end. What are the chances we go green all the way to the end?
I think there's a pretty solid shot. I think, we got a decent group of drivers here that are ready to take the grid in a very small group, so I think the odds of a caution can be pretty far down, but we'll have to see and keep an eye on these guys. So as we get the race started here, and if they start, it'll take an hour and a half. Sorry, almost an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes to complete this race all the way from green to green.
Yep, just said that.
Oh, sorry.
I was making fun of Finian for that last week. So every time I say something, you repeat me 2 minutes later. But just as we begin to roll off, Jonathan Cogswell in the 27s towards the rear of the field here as well. So we'll see if he can get a half-decent result out of this. 250 laps, one of the longer races we've had in recent weeks. I don't think there's going to be a single car that we walks out of here with a clean nose. I think everyone's going to have some bumps and bangs here and there. The question is, does that matter? I mean, we've seen this aero package be a significant decider in the 1.5 mile races, the restricted plate races. What about the short tracks? I know a lot of drivers have said it actually does affect the handling around here.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to affect the handling. However, I don't think it's going to be. Cars are obviously as air dependent as they would be at the 1.5 miles, and even at the restricted plates too, they haven't been as big of a factor. So I think you can get away with a decent amount of damage to your car, but obviously you want to keep it mostly intact as much as you can throughout the night.
So 17 cars on the grid for tonight. Josh Adams in the 95 has got a new number on board. Well, not a new number, but a new number color. That he shared on Twitter earlier today. Bright yellow on the roof and some yellow outlines on the door. I think it looks better that way. It's easier to spot for us, so thank you, Josh, for doing that. As James Miller in the 42 is going to get to 1 to green here. And the 14 to Kevin Finn going to line up on the outside. And for Kevin Finn, it's almost a must-win situation unless someone really has a bad day and he's able to stay in front of Carlos Acosta for most of the night. That's what it's going to take to keep him in the playoffs as we move forward. So 250 laps tonight at the Paperclip half-mile racetrack in Martinsville, Virginia. Halfway through the playoffs at the conclusion of this race. We're going to eliminate 6 after tonight. Green flag flies and Miller is going to fire off.
Great start for him. Kevin Finn still on the outside. I'm curious how much of a fight he's going to put up for the lead here. Or if he's just going to try to slot in line and put himself in second. Because remember, that inside lane of Martinsville very dominant.
Yeah, not a lot of rubber on that outside groove at all. But look at the 14 driving in really deep off into turn 3. Trying to stay alongside. Can't do it. But he's going to try to get a bigger run off in turn 4. Look at the run he got. It's a pretty decent one. It's going to be a losing fight here, I fear.
I definitely think it is, and you see him starting to fall back a little bit. Here comes Chad Frankenfield behind, and Finn slots himself in line.
Race Clark Settling in behind Austin Derbyshire. Car loose. McKeevoy almost gets into the back of the 46 of Hanshaw. He bobbled big time off into 3.
Yeah, it's some help. You can look at the nose of Dave Hunt. So Hunt and McKeevoy making contact.
And Johnny Thomas taking evasive action off into the braking zone behind the 53. So a little bit of trouble early for those drivers. Richard Hinds, the number 2. Remember, he needs to essentially win this race and or beat Kevin Finn and have something horrible happen to one of the drivers in the playoffs to move on to the next round. But up towards the front again, Finn makes his way to the inside down in turn 1. But does the 42 get himself clear? He does through the middle of the corner on exit, though. He's going to get a good run.
Finn's got to be careful what moves he makes up in the front. If you look at Derbyshire in the 91, currently getting out of the groove, it seems.
Yeah, he was way up out of the groove in turns 1 and 2. Struggling right now as McKeevoy comes back down the inside. At least he took a look on the exit of turn 4. Here comes Johnny Thomas on the inside of the 53. I think Johnny Thomas will run pretty well in this race. He was good in practice. Didn't really get a great qualifying effort, but I think this 83 car, coming off a win in the Truck Series last week at Talladega, and a solid run there in the Cup Series as well, as we got a caution on the racetrack. It's Chuck Sweeting around on the backstretch. Our first caution of the night is for Chuck Sweeting. Let's take a look at how this formulated. It looked like he was all by himself here. Gets up off the corner, just loses the back end and pounds that inside wall. And it's pretty easy to do that here to light up those rear tires. So for Chuck Sweeting, that might be a lot of repairs he's going to have to make. A couple of drivers have chosen to come down pit lane. Race Clark, Carlos Acosta, Dave Hunt in the 53 as well. And does Carlos Acosta have a little bit of rear end damage on that rear spoiler? Yep. And does that match anybody behind? I'm trying to see. Really see. Maybe the 95
yeah.
of Josh Adams. Maybe a bit of contact there. But the front runners all stay out on the racetrack. How much are tires going to matter tonight? I would think they matter a lot once you get about 10, 15, 20 laps into a race, but not a 5 or 6 lap run.
I think you need to go a while. I don't think the track. This is definitely a track where the track position is going to matter much more. It's going to be very hard to move forward, especially if you're one of those guys that really needs to finish in a certain spot. I think it's best to try to prioritize the track position when you can. But yeah, obviously, once you get a decent run, like you said, about 20 laps in, then it's probably a good time to come down for some tires.
Also, if we do get green flag runs, coming down pit lane is going to put you 1 or more laps down, so you have to keep that in mind. If you get a caution during the pit cycle, it can throw everything off. So Chuck Sweeting, it looked like that car is going to spend some significant time in pit lane. That might be a retirement for the 26 with how hard he hit. Everyone else on the lead lap still. Robert Hill Jr. just going to beat field off the pit lane. We'll re-rack him, restack him, go for a restart here on lap number 10. Make that lap number 11 as we go get the 2 to green this time.
So on that restart, it looked like Kevin Finn was really trying to take away the lead from the 42. Actually, I honestly thought he might have been able to do it there for a second on the outside. Yeah, it would have been pretty hard to do.
He had a good run down into turn 1, but was being pretty cautious and conservative. And honestly, he's got track position right now. There's no need to really throw the race away early trying to get a spot. Just take your time. You're up front. Just don't lose the track position doing something stupid. And I think the 14 is being very cautious not to do something stupid right now.
Going on back to the 83 Johnny Thomas, he's going to be in 9th, the last car to not pit on the last stop. Everyone else behind him has some slightly fresher tires, but I think 83, I think he's just keeping his eye on the 95 of Josh Adams. You see Gruenberg coming to the pits.
Yeah, I think Gruenberg just taking time down pit lane just to be there, honestly. I don't think
I think he's just
matters.
trying to be in the back.
Yeah, trying to stay out of harm's way. Pace car pulls off. Lap 11 will be the restart tonight. Got a long way to go. James Miller, Kevin Finn, they fought on the initial start. Can Kevin Finn put up a fight on the restart? Green flag back in the air, racing again at the paperclip.
There's a very poor start for the 14. I think Frankenfield might have him here on the inside.
Maybe 3rd is the place you want to be, though. There's the 26 Chuck Sweeting returning to the racetrack. Maybe 3rd is a better place to be right now. He might tuck in line and just wait and hope for a caution, get himself lined up right behind the leader. Frankenfield slipping and sliding out of turn 4. Car in the background. That is the 21 of McKeevoy. Also loose. Tate Lightle defensive. Kolb to the outside.
Yeah, Lightle got loose out of the corner. Kolb was trying to make a move down there, but Lightle with the block. We're going to keep that 52 of Justin Kolb in behind.
A bit of action back here. There's Cogswell deep on the inside of the 53, and Richard Hinds and Josh Adams maybe made a little bit of contact there through the center of the corner. Carlos Acosta all the way back here in 16th place as the 53 is going to spin. He saves it. Will continue, but this is a dangerous place for Acosta to be.
Yeah, it really is, because he needs to, because Kevin Finn right now is running up there in 3rd, so he has a chance of getting a playoff spot. That means that Acosta's got to do even better to try to fight that 14, but he's all the way on the other end of the field.
Dave Hunt has been bat and the ball a couple times tonight, and riding that curve around the inside. Richard Hinds tucked up behind the rear spoiler, a bit loose out of turn 2 for him.
To the inside of the 2, has a look, can't get it done.
Derbyshire race.
Whoa.
Ooh, Derbyshire got in the fence out of turn 4, at least looked like it. And here comes Cogswell. And the 91's really been struggling tonight. Must not really be his sort of racetrack. And I know Martinsville is an extremely technical course. You can really gain or lose 2 or 3 tenths if you're off by even inches off the racing line. So a couple of drivers struggling here early. Frankenfield was settled into 2nd, Finn in 3rd, Lightle 4th, Kolb in 5th, doing a great job defending his playoff run. And how about this? This 52 car at the beginning of the season, I don't know if we thought he'd be in the playoffs, but he's in the playoffs and he's going to advance as long as he has a clean night tonight. This 52 car is going to be competing for a championship.
He's done a pretty solid job at, again, pretty much taking a page out of Tate Little's book. This has been very consistent in his running, and that's led him to a playoff spot. 83 down, he comes up into 6th.
Yeah, started 12th. He's up 6 spots into position number 6, and I'm telling you, this car's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, this is big for Thomas too, because he's racing that 95. Because if Kevin Finn gets a spot in, Adams or Thomas are going to end up losing a spot. And again, it's working well for the 83 right now. But Josh Adams is coming in a hurry. He's up to 11th now as he moves fast. Austin Derbyshire.
Yeah, Derbyshire really is struggling on the outside lane, getting kind of freight trained there. Whoop, a little bit out of fight out of turn 2 as well. James Miller, the leader, he spun out and crashed in turn 3.
Well, this car looks all right.
Uh-oh.
Actually, car looks really all right.
Yeah.
I don't even think someone hit him. I think he
might have just looked it all on his own.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. This would be embarrassing. Oh, no. Oh, there was definitely... Ooh, I don't know. We'll have to take another look at this, but it looks to me like there might have been some help. Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta take a look at this in slow motion because my brain's not working fast enough to tell you what's going on here. But so the 15 car takes a look to the inside, and this is a typical Martinsville move. But the question is, did the 42 come down on him at all? I mean, the 15 car's pretty high up the racetrack there. I think that's on Frankenfield for sure. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, it's really kind of hard to tell because I'm looking more just for the point that they start braking at. Because I think Miller might have come down, but the only reason he came down is because he didn't. I don't think realized that Frankenfield was there.
He's also got to make the corner eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely more than a lane on the bottom for the 15 car. So strategy adjustment for the 42. There goes the 15 of Frankenfield out of pit lane. Looks like he may or may not come out the lead. Well, he won't because guess who stayed out? Race Clark in the 22, playing some strategy early. I like this call. I think this is good.
See if he decides to stay out there, if he'll make a trip down this time by.
I think he'll stay out. I think this is a good call. Come in off sequence and then get back up in the lead. And then the track position is going to be worth a lot tonight, I think. It's going to be difficult to make passes. So I'm on board with this call for Race Clark as Frankenfield can take over second place.
Pit off sequence from everyone else and nothing down the order.
Not sure exactly sure what that plan is. Maybe to stay out of harm's way again. I mean, he had good track position. I don't know why he would do that, but
yeah, I don't know. That's
could have gotten a penalty as well. But no. Didn't even show him in the box, so I don't really know what's up with the 14. Well, I guess we'll find out later what happened to him. And again, as he comes into the night, Finn was 7 points back from the cut line, tied with Carlos Acosta. They need either Adams or Johnny Thomas to fall out. And right now, Johnny Thomas is in 6th. Josh Adams is currently scored in the 9th spot. But as it stands, neither Finn or Acosta are in position to take away anybody's position in the playoffs. Working lap number 22 of 250. Come across the start finish line. Chuck Sweeting still out on the racetrack, 2 laps down. Lights are off for the pace car. We'll double file back up.
Yeah, man, I believe he's going to take the inside line every single time, unless they're Sadis.
I don't think you'll see anybody really experiment with lane choice tonight. It'll pretty much just be bottom feeding all night long. Discussion about the curb there on the inside lane, Finian. Why is that such a challenging part of this course.
Yeah, I think really because a lot of times, you know, curbing is very inviting to a lot of drivers. You give it to them, they'll try to use it, but you hit that curb and it kind of bounces you back into the outside line. It can cause a few wrecks here and there if you're not careful.
Yeah, it's certainly a very violent curb on the inside apex. Green flag back in the air. Race Clark leads the way down. I like the strategy call. We'll see if he can drive away. Tate Lightle slots into second place right ahead of the 15. I think Frankenfield will try to fight back, but he's not going to be able to do it. Far way out of the groove. That's Richard Hinds out of turn 2.
Kevin Finn there trying to make up for some of the spots that he lost.
And here's the 42 of James Miller right in the middle of the Hornet's Nest. This is not where he wanted to be. And the 24, Carlos Acosta, he doesn't want to be here either. He's in a really bad spot right now.
Derbyshire and 53 making some contact.
Derbyshire just dropped backwards like a stone as we got a battle for the lead. Tate Lytle's going to take it away in turns 3 and 4. And here comes Frankenfield on through.
Lytle able to make the pass. Here comes Frankenfield on the inside. Clark pretty much going to be put out of the groove. Here can Robert Hill get to the inside of the 22? Can't.
Robert Hill's having a good night so far, up 14 spots from his starting position. And it is a Camry and a trio of Mustangs following inside the top 5 with a Camaro rounding him out. And that's Johnny Thomas's Carhartt Camaro up inside the top 5 for the first time tonight.
Pleasantly surprised with the pace that's in this 83. Again, we only had some short runs, so let's see how he is in the longer side of long run. But he's so far done pretty well. He's holding up Justin Kolb in the 52 and behind, and that 52 is struggling to get by.
Yeah, Justin Kolb, again, we've talked multiple times this season about how much he's improved since Daytona at the beginning of the year, but right now, I wouldn't necessarily consider him the championship contender. Of course, Frankenfield and Gruenberg are light years ahead of everyone else, but you see Kevin Finn working his way back inside the top 10. I do think that 52 of Justin Kolb will perform quite well in the remainder of the playoffs.
Kevin Finn making a pass, and so will the 42, so 42 moving up pretty quickly through the field.
And Kevin Finn and James Miller have found themselves again. Although this time it's back towards 9th spot in the field, and now they're going to run side by side through 3 and 4. Kevin Finn will keep that spot. You see in the background McKevoy losing a spot to 5, or in the process of losing a spot to the 5.
Going to try to defend, but I think almost regardless of how good you are, that outside lane is pretty much a losing battle.
Up front, no changes. Tate Lightle half a second up the road, and the 5 of Sam close to the inside of Jordan McKevoy down in turn 1. You already see the rubber starting to form there on the inside groove, which is only going to make that inside line better and quicker as the night goes on.
Yeah, up towards the front, the 83 and the 52, they were starting to go at it just a little bit. I saw some slight contact going into one between both those drivers. Well, it looks like they have it sorted out for now, but a train kind of forming up behind the 22, Race Clark.
Yeah, so this strategy call has worked out for him. This is the highest he's run all night, other than when he led on the restart, and he's holding position pretty well, and you see how difficult it is for these drivers to pass him. Yeah, he's not as quick as them, but it's so difficult to make a pass that I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, he's gotten the position, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's really one of those things, you know, obviously he's losing time to the leaders, but I mean, third place regardless of how far back you finish, as long as you're ahead of the other drivers, and currently guys struggling to pass back here.
A bit of a slip up for the 83 on the exit of turn 2. Look
at
Robert Hill Jr.
22.
Putting pressure on Race Clark.
This is going to be a matter, too, these guys, how much patience do they have?
Well, it's a long race. I can tell you, none of them are going to have any patience at the end of this thing. We'll see if they have right now. Josh Adams is approaching the top 5 for the first time tonight, and his yellow number 95 as the 52 goes right up to the rear bumper of the 83. I think he's starting to put the pressure on. And look at Josh Adams. Look how hard he drove off into turn 1.
These guys are playing with inches here, just trying to find where their opponents are weaker or where they're stronger and try to negotiate that and try to formulate a way they can get past. Entry or on exit.
Yeah, Johnny Thomas is getting a really good run off the corner, but the middle of the corner is not really where he's excelling, but he's also stuck in behind the 6 of Robert Hill Jr., and now Justin Kolb maybe gave the 83 a little bit of a bump, just a hello, I'm here, and we'll see if the 83 will let him by, but hasn't done so yet. I don't think he will.
It's pretty early in this thing. We're not even a fifth of the way through. Whoa, Kolb hits the curb, gets a little sideways off the corner exit.
Sam Close in the 5 has dropped back a couple of spots as Carlos Acosta works out. This is not going well for Carlos Acosta. Really has not had a whole lot of pace tonight. Has some rear bumper damage And it doesn't really look like he's going much of anywhere either, so I'm fearing for the 24 that he's not really going to have much of an opportunity to advance himself unless something really bad happens to the front runners.
Here comes the pack. Here comes Kevin Finn to the inside of Josh Adams.
Oh boy, that got really tight there on the quarter panel. Side by side down the backstretch, and this is the point when Josh Adams is probably going to concede the spot.
He might try to fight it here because I think if his 14 gets past, it's a potential that he could lose a spot in the playoffs. I think he's just trying to cover his base here, at least fight with the 14.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a futile fight, I would say. The outside is not going to hang on very well, and there it is. Caution in the background, Kyle Hanshaw in the 46. He spun around down in turns 1 and 2.
Middle of the track 2, and that rear end is dented, bashed in.
That's telling me that he's had someone in the back of him here. Let's take a look.
Someone in the back of him parked.
The 21 and Jordan McKee. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Drilled him. Sent him around for a loop.
Whoa, Cogswell.
That was a good job that Cogswell did to miss that. 21 has struggled tonight. I don't think he's really satisfied with how his night's going, and I think there's some frustration here and also a pretty big misjudgment here for sure.
I think he might have gone a little bit to the outside to try to avoid the 46 being slower than he thought into the corner and unfortunately make contact.
There's Cogswell's on board, and he did a great job avoiding this. You get one chance to choose a direction, and he chose open over the top of the curb. Hopefully he didn't damage the splitter or the suspension on that. It's really not that high of a curb, but you can drive over it like that, probably not great for you. Anyway, James Miller stays out on the racetrack. Love this call. Track position is king tonight. Kevin Finn comes down pit lane, as does everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know for what reason. It's not recording that Kevin Finn's making a pit stop on our timing and scoring. It's still showing that he has yet to come down.
I wonder if it's the exact pit stall that he has. I know Martinsville's really weird pitting-wise for a lot of different reasons. So Austin Derbyshire has retired his car. His night was just not going very well. I think he was just frustrated with how that night was going. 42 laps complete of 250. This is a long race.
Yeah, it really is.
Tate Lightle, quietly inside the playoffs. Haven't really considered him a championship contender, at least not one as well as the 15 and 54 have, but maybe we should be looking at him as more of a contender. I mean, he's won a couple of races this season. We know he's got talent. I think if the 54 and 15 get tangled up in their own messes the next couple of weeks, that 56 could be there waiting in the wings.
Yeah, I think that's what he's kind of just hoping on because I said this earlier too. He's been kind of the third wheel to Frankenfield and Gruenberg this season. He's done pretty well, but a lot of races he could have won. He's had one of those two finish right in front of him.
So it should be coming back to the restart here momentarily. If you enjoy watching SimTV, we got some fun stuff coming up next. The next stream we're doing on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is going to be the Fuel IndyCar Series. Sponsored by r/Racetrack Designs, and that is going to be at the Charlotte Roval. Super excited for that one. That's just a fun combination. Probably very high in attrition rate as well, but that should be a pretty sizable field there on Thursday night. Saturday, the Outsider Racing League continues their championship from Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then we're right back on Sunday night with Yearns of Graphics Unreal Tour playoff action at their next round.
I believe they're at a fun track. They're at Knoxville.
Ooh, dirt. Wait, is that next week? No, it's the week after. So we have a week off next Sunday. Do we have a week off for Cup as well? We do. Okay, so a week off next week for 3Wide, but not quite yet. The driver's not on vacation tonight for sure. James Miller in control of the restart. Green flag back in the air.
I saw Tate Lightle came out at turn 4 trying to line himself up to jump the gun on the 42. Couldn't get it done. He's still going to try to fight just a little bit down in turn 1 as a few guys missed the corner and up out of the concrete.
Yeah, so we'll see if Lightle can outbreak the 42, and he did a really good job. Remember, there is a bit of a tire difference there. Contact for the lead. 56 gets doored at a turn 4, loses that momentum, and that's going to be very important for the 42 to capitalize on.
Yeah, I think that's why the 56 is fighting this. He knows the 42 has less tires to work with than he does. You see him getting really nice runs off the corner, and Tate Lightle is going to get the lead.
Wow.
Fantastic job.
Power move on the outside for the restart, so Tate Lightle made it work. Frankenfield now going to try the outside lane. He's going to get the door slammed on him here, and there's Race Clark sitting in 4th spot. Oh no, there they go! Frankenfield around in turn 1 as everyone tries to scatter, and Cogswell gets turned right in front of everybody. And there's back Gruenberg in the fence. A big stack up down in turns 1 and 2.
Turn 1 became a parking lot there.
And championship leader Matt Gruenberg with some damage shouldn't really affect him. He's already advanced to the next round. But
yeah, I'm sure he doesn't really care a whole lot.
One guy that would care is Chad Frankenfield.
Yeah,
that was a pretty late-breaking move, and
yeah, Race Car Grad just took him out there.
Yeah, he's familiar with that, although he did the same thing to the Kevin Finn earlier in the race. Or was it Kevin Finn?
No.
The 42.
Yeah.
And there's Cogswell flying in there, and right at the end, Cogswell slides up the racetrack. Kolb tries to miss, and hits the 54. So really chaotic.
I kind of just want to see what happened to Cogswell incoming flying in there. If he had some help, or if he was just trying to get slowed down.
I think he was just trying to get slowed down. Oh, he did get some help. The 21 of McKeevoy drove in the back of him. Up the racetrack. Our fourth caution. Whoop, there's the impact. Wow.
It was actually amazing that the contact between the 27, 52, and 54 wasn't worse.
Yeah, it was honestly about as little as it could have been. So Chuck Sweeting is now back on the lead lap after all that.
In his turn modified.
Well, slow and steady is the progress tonight. 4 cautions for 13 of our 50 laps so far. 6 lead changes at the front of the field. Tate Lightle, the most recent of those leaders. And Miller in second. Now Miller's going to go backwards very quickly. Obviously, being on the outside for the restart, no matter what tires you're on, is never really a great situation. Unless the guy to your inside has awful tires, which is not necessarily going to be the case with Kevin Finn. I still think Kevin Finn's doing everything he needs to do tonight to get himself into the next round of the playoffs. Again, it's going to take nothing short of a miracle to get it done, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's got the pace. The only problem is he's got, well, one of his competitors is right behind him, Josh Adams. He's trying to fight for that spot before. I think Adams definitely got a car to stay up there. I think if anything, he's going to be targeting the spot that's currently held by Johnny Thomas, and Thomas back in 12th, but
he's got speed.
Yeah, he seems to have some decent speed.
If he could get some track position, he'd be a dangerous driver. I don't want to consider him a write-off just yet. I think he's a legitimate championship contender. We've seen him rise to the occasion. Remember last season in the trucks? We didn't think he was going to be the best of the best when they got to Homestead. He went out there and whooped them and won the championship. Was not the championship favorite going into Homestead. I don't think he's the favorite at all this season either, but he could be champion if he gets himself into playoffs and has a good run.
Yeah, I was going to say the only problem is that with this format that we're running is a little bit more traditional in the sense that it's going to be over several races. So it's going to be the last 3 races of the season that all compile up. There's no final finale race that we've seen in the last few years.
Which is certainly going to play into the hands of the 54 Matt Gruenberg.
Yeah, they've been consistently fast all season long. Even the 56 of Lightle, too, if he can keep up there with them, which I'm sure he should be able to do. And if there's any other surprises, we'll see. It could also be big, too, if the 15 or the 54 taking out in these races. That could be big.
That could be big. And I don't think here it's going to be super consequential, just because how slow we're going here. But we get to next week and beyond, it could be a lot worse. James Miller, Tate Lightle on the front row. Lightle, the control car, as he is struggling with the internet as the green flag drops again. He fires off, and Adams gets second place away, and 42 is going to stack up an inside group.
Yeah, he got a very poor restart on the inside. And going to be slotted into third. He's got a lot of cars in behind him. Richard Hinds and in the 2. Where did he come from?
Yeah, again, Richard Hinds, he's back here. He's only 1 point behind Acosta and Finn coming into the night. He's 8 points back from the cut line. So if something crazy were to happen, we can't really consider him out of the picture yet, but I would say it's a little bit of a long shot. We'll see. Bit of drama back here, the 27 and 83. And here's the 15 as well back here. A lot of heavy hitters deep in the pack right now because of that most recent caution.
Oh, and you see Frank being held up by Kyle Hanshaw, who took the long way around the corner. And Hanshaw's just completely not going in that concrete groove.
And his Camry's going to go backwards. He's going to get out of the throttle and just get out of the way for a moment as the 22 goes by. And Cogswell slips, as does the 15. The track conditions right now growing trickier. The temperature is rising and the track is rubbering in, so it's going to start losing grip at some point. Well, it looks like some of our front runners are beginning to kind of lose traction at that rear end.
It's Tate Lightle with almost a second lead over Josh Adams. So Lytle's starting to struggle with his internet just a little bit.
There's the 42 Miller still hanging on. And right behind him, that's Kevin Finn in the 14. Putting the pressure on the third place car as they work their way down into turn 1. This is such a challenging course. There is a couple different lines you can take through this corner. You can run right against the curb. You can diamond the corner. Any way will work, but it depends on how you drive the race car with the right pedal, essentially. That throttle is so important, as you see Kevin Finn get right on the rear bumper of Miller out of turn 4.
Yeah, that's kind of the beautiful thing, too, especially when you're right on board. You're really going to see that people apexing at different points, running in harder, prioritizing entry or exit. You can see a lot of different strategies developing. However, a lot of these guys struggling to get past look tonight. That's typical Martinsville.
Yep. Bit of a gaggle off into turn 3. There's Carlos Acosta, McKeevoy, and Johnny Thomas all together in a fight for 8th.
There comes Thomas to the inside. Acosta not giving the entirely a lot of room on entry.
Again, the 24 has been struggling tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Thomas is going to get by with relative ease. He will clear him.
Oh, Sam Close gives the 24 a shot up the racetrack. And that's not the first one that the 24's had tonight, judging by that left rear quarter panel. And he's going to lose 2, 3, maybe even 4 spots out of this.
He's completely out of the groove. You're going to see him just drop to the back or try to find a hole. I think he should be able to find one behind Race Clark here.
You need to be aggressive. I don't even know if aggressive is the word. You kind of need to be a little bit of a jerk to make it through tonight and not get your rear end smashed up. You got to cut people off, and you have to be definitely a Type A personality to really succeed here at Martinsville. And
you can't be a nice guy at Martinsville.
Absolutely
You're just going to get run over and put in the back.
So who was going to be the not nice guy? Look at Miller and Kevin Finn. I think these guys are tired of sitting behind the 42 on older tires. Here comes Josh Adams and Kolb as well to make this interesting.
Miller defending on the high lane. Kevin Finn's got just a fender in. Can he get the exit, though, that the 42 is going to get? Can't quite. He's barely to the inside. You see him chucking it hard on the brakes.
Oh, that's not going to work.
Contact.
That's not going to work. The 42 is going to loop it.
And around he goes.
Second time tonight he's gone around.
I'm waiting for Miller to start putting the gloves on because he's been taken out twice.
Can't be a nice guy, can you? You know, a lot of Martinsville is self-policing, though. I mean, what goes around comes around in a place like this. It's pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah.
Oops. Which definitely wasn't intentional. But...
No, I think Finn was just getting a little frustrated trying to get past 42 because he's being held up. At least he felt he was being held up as he was losing time to the leader, 56, Tate Lightle. A little bit of a desperate move. Almost made the corner there, but ran up in the middle. But yeah, I imagine the 42 is going to have his eye on the 15 and the 14.
Yeah, well, you know, there might be some apologies flying now, but they're not going to get accepted all night long. You get really one chance to apologize, and if you don't do it, oh, you bet you're going to get your butt turned around again.
And especially because he's not just been wrecked once, he's been wrecked twice and really hasn't done anything to anyone else to really deserve it, at least I think. So and also, too, he's not a playoff driver, so he can, if he wanted to, he can be a little dirtier.
Richard Hinds is going to stay out on the racetrack in his number 2, maybe to lead a lap.
Yeah, that's a smart move. Just get that lap led.
Well, it'll get him on. Well, it would get him on par with the 14 and the 24, although the 14... I think, has he led a lap yet tonight?
I don't know if he has. I think he's been mighty close to it.
He has led a lap.
Oh, he has. Okay.
So he has a point. So he's only 6 back from the cut line now. If you take a look at the points coming in tonight, neither Adams nor Thomas has led a lap yet, so that will put Kevin Finn 6 points away from the cut line. And as they run, Kevin Finn would actually be... Oh, that's real close. He would, as of right now, he would be in the playoffs, judging by... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the 24, not...
Oh, Adams is in 18th, 1 lap down. What happened to him? That's pretty big. Whoa! Easy there. Oh, I think he's having hardware issues.
Maybe.
Because the wheel is cocked all the way to the left.
Here's a look at the pit sequence.
You see how his wheels just cocked all the way to the left? I think something might be wrong with his car.
Disconnection of something.
Yeah.
If you have a calibration issue, sometimes the wheel will crank all the way to one side. He's running out on the racetrack right now, so he's good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, damn.
So he's 2 laps down.
Yeah, he's got it fixed, but he's 2 laps down. Man, that sucks. That absolutely sucks for him. I will say though, the rate we're going, he should be able to get his lap back through some strategy.
Oh yeah, he'll get the laps back. It's just a question is that issue going to persist?
Yeah, I hope not for his sake, because he was running really well, and that would really suck to just see a driver get taken out due to just hardware failure.
And this is the kind of thing that the drivers outside of the playoff cut line are looking for. Is you know, if that's a cable that's failing, they're sending their favorite little rat over to chew on that cable. What's the Ron Weasley's rat's name?
I don't know. You're Harry Potter.
I don't know. Okay, well, the green flag back in the air. Lap number 70. Whoa, big wiggle down into turn 1 for a bunch of drivers as they try to get load on down. Mid-pack's been exciting tonight. We'll keep an eye on them.
Definitely keep an eye on them as the front tries to sort themselves out. Looks like Kevin Finn's got up to the outside. I wonder if he's trying to make a move out here, but can't get it done.
Look at Lightle. Look at the run he got out of turn 4.
Lytle's looking really racy tonight to the inside of Frankenfield. He will go for the lead. Kevin Finn has gone back down to the inside, look to the inside of Frankenfield now.
Off into turn 3, door to door. And right behind is Johnny Thomas in that 83. Started in 12th tonight, up to 4th, the highest he's run this evening. And I think Finn is going to have this spot, going to run the 15 up the racetrack. He's got it now.
Great job by the 14 Kevin Finn to clear himself. Now can the 83 Johnny Thomas do the same? Look back to the midfield.
This is a mess back here.
42 James Will working back to the front for the second time tonight.
Probably getting real tired of that, wouldn't you say?
I'm waiting for him.
Oh, there they go! 46 spun around again, right in front of Josh Adams and more playoff contenders.
Adams was able to get that low down, a little sideways, but didn't really get any extra damage from that.
Our 6th caution in 73 laps. Oh boy, guys. This one, I think, might have actually been off the bumper. Was it 5?
I think it was the 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, there is a point, Finian, when you have to start wondering, if you start seeing the same guys get turned around, are they doing something wrong? I mean, maybe they're breaking way sooner than everybody else or something, but I mean, at some point you got to start wondering that.
Yeah, I think it might be that Hanshaw is a little bit more cautious in the corner than some of these other guys. Yeah, he's much more cautious. Everyone else behind him broke a lot later.
And Josh Adams might have actually saved his race car by spinning it out. Or getting spun out. I mean, he could have drove in there and plowed into the side of the 46, but was able to woe it down with sliding. But we're going to jump to break real quick, take a quick break. We'll be back with you for the restart in just a moment. Setting up for the restart here on lap number 79 at 250. The RaceKings Cup Series playoffs continue in round number 3 of 6 in 2019. Pace car hard left onto pit lane, really hard left onto pit lane as the 56 of Tate Lightle and the 14 of Kevin Finn get lined up to go. Green flag back in the air, and wow, what a restart by the 56.
A great start for him, Kevin Finn. We'll see if he tries. He's been very aggressive on these starts on the outside lane. I don't think he's enough to get side by side with the 56. And I'm adjusting Kolb there in third. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, he's been really impressing me tonight in that 52 car. Robert Hill Jr. also running quite well, subbing for Levi Zielinski. Look at that stack up behind him, though. Dangerous place back there. The 42 car's already back up to 6th spot. Frankenfield still trying to recover from his loop.
Oh, McKee backing up on the outside lane. That stacked up quite a few drivers. Here comes Chad Franklin, the inside of the 42. We've seen this before.
Yes, we have. More than once. And there goes the 21. And the 2. All the way around. We stay green for now. There's the caution. That was a long, slow rep.
Yeah, it really was. I was actually amazed that the 21 was able to save it.
Got tapped by the 24, and the 2 car goes off the nose of the 27, and the 53 finishes him off. And look at Kyle Hanshaw. I'll just stop and take a look-see. That's not the right direction there, Richard.
Yeah, right there for Richard, though, we got some damage to the rear of his car, so it should be able to continue on.
So the story tonight, Finian. Wow, this is...
See, they said they improved the animation. I don't know, like... I don't know if this is really...
Is he beating... What is he beating?
It feels like he's going twice as fast as he should. Like, I think... It's almost, this is what I think they did to the animation when they said they improved it. They turned up, like, I guess the intensity of it, and then, like, sped him up, so it's...
Like, he actually looked like he was attacking something. Like, I'm not sure. He's like one of those dirt track officials that gets really upset when they're wrecking too much, and he starts, like, gesturing with the flags. Like, he starts pointing at him. You know when they do that? When they point at him? You! Stop that!
they didn't even do some motion capture work on the dirt flaggers. Those guys are
awesome. The dirt flaggers are awesome.
They start twirling the flags.
Whoever did this has no idea what they're doing. I can wave a flag better than that.
Yeah, I'm sure they just honestly just pulled someone from the office to do that.
I know. I'm sure that's what they did. I'm convinced.
Yeah, if you ever see some dirt flaggers, they're amazing. They start twirling the flag around. These
I don't know if we need to do like acrobatics with it, but like
I mean, it'd be cool. Might as well, right?
I'd be okay with that. I'm just saying, all we just need is a guy that knows how to wave a flag. Right?
Yeah, I feel like there's many people. You can find some track worker. That's why, because
they're like 10 miles from Lime Rock Park. Okay, not 10 miles, but they're really like an hour away from Lime Rock Park.
Yeah, just ask go. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like they're all volunteers. Just be like, hey. We'll give you some money.
Literally get anybody that's anybody but that guy. Like, my sister could wave a flag better than that.
Yeah.
Seriously, it looks like he's actually attacking. Like he's like attacking a hornet's nest with a baseball bat or something. Like we gotta watch it on the restart. But it's been it's just how it is.
I've also been annoyed too the fact that the yellow flag is still out by the time they actually start going. So I know. Just magically.
Well, they have this nice animation where he sets the green flag on the thing, but he doesn't do it till they're like right in the restart zone.
So technically, you should do it one to go because that's when they take away the yellow flag everywhere else.
When the lights shut off on the pace car, like right now.
Yeah, like he's still holding it like an Olympic torch.
Hey, don't tell this guy that the Olympic torch is a thing. He'll just stand there forever holding it. But I just want to watch him on the restart because it's just so ridiculous looking.
This is going to be really funny.
I mean, put the flag away, dude. I mean, we're going green, man.
Here's the pace car.
I mean, put it away. Field coming back up to the restart and intense flag waving session. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I missed it. You picked the wrong flag there for a second. Green flag back in the air.
I don't think we're done yet.
No, I don't think we're done either. We're not even halfway yet. Still got a ways to go left in this race.
We're not even close to halfway yet. A long way to go.
Johnny Thomas now sitting in behind the 15th Chad Frankenfield and the 42 of James Miller.
Well, we meet again, I guess.
These guys don't give each other quite a lot of room.
Down into turn 1, door to door between the 42 and the 15. And I think Frankenfield will ultimately win this fight. Ooh,
he's
tight up turn 2 there.
Yeah, he almost put him in the wall there, so he's no love lost between them, I guess.
Got the same blue oval on the side of their cars, but they are racing so hard right now.
Here's what Johnny Thomas, if I was him, I would probably back up a car length or two, because this could get ugly really fast.
And that might be all she wrote, as the 42 is going to lose some ground here. Here comes Johnny Thomas, going to try to fill the gap. No! Miller somehow still fills the outside lane on the 15.
He's definitely going to lose it this time by.
That was real tight, but he did.
Here comes Johnny Thomas. He's got a fender to the inside of the 42. Will dive down deep into turn 1, try to get himself alongside.
Now Frankenfield taking a look at the 52. Deep lunge into turn 3. Woo, just clears the 52.
Yeah, that was a little bit close quarters, but Chad Frank will get himself clear.
Oh, man. Kolb on the brakes a little early. It's stacked up the 42 and the 83 side by side.
Whoa, Frank will a little loose off at turn 2.
Is he driving hard, do you think? Looks like he's driving pretty hard.
Yeah, I think he's trying to catch up to the 14 and the 56. I think he wants to win this. I mean, for him, there's not much else to do in this race.
I mean, that is what they pay him to do, but what he pays to do. Great battle here, but for 5th spot, the 83 and 42 still side by side. There's Carlos Acosta riding right behind.
Acosta's also moved up quite a few spots, surprisingly, up into 7th place, so he might have something, but again, a lot of his other competitors are also doing pretty well in this race.
Kevin Finn only a 10th behind Tate Lightle as Johnny Thomas finally clears the 42. Oh, not quite. Not done yet. Miller drives in on the outside lane.
He's been very persistent up there.
I think I'm getting sick. He's not willing to give that lane up, is he?
He's going to have to this time by.
Nope. He's going to drive it even deeper. Look at him driving on the door of the 83 up the racetrack. That'll be it right there. And he's loose out of turn 4, so he'll have to give up the spot. Great effort, though. For the lead, these two pretty tight together right now.
Yeah, I'm curious how much Kevin Finn's going to force the issue, because remember, Josh Adams stuck back in 17, still 2 laps down, so that'll easily give Kevin Finn the spot. Without any argument, so he doesn't necessarily have to win the race, but I imagine he's definitely going to keep this 56 win in his sights.
Working our way towards lap number 100 here at Martinsville, we've had a septuplet of cautions so far, 7 for 30 laps.
Septuplet, right?
Septuplet. 8, 9, 7?
No, sep is 7.
Yeah, I know that, but like, I'm just trying to octanon. What the hex? I'm just trying to think of what it would be. I think it's septa. Septa. What did I say? Septagon? No.
Septuplet?
That's the shape. Septuplet.
Yeah.
Like when you have 7 babies.
That's why September is septuplet.
But September is the 9th month.
Yeah, because July and August were added for.
You're so smart, Finian.
Well, that's why.
I have the answers to everything. Gruenberg and Richard Hinds for 12th. And up the road, ooh, Chuck Sweeting and Kyle Hanshaw, 10th.
Gruenberg's been surprisingly quiet tonight so far. Would have thought he would have been in the front already, but he's still back in 12th.
I'd make a prediction that the 54 car will finish 5th or better, as he has done every single time when he does this strategy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to the front. I just thought he would be up there a little bit earlier than he is currently running.
I turn the volume down so loud. I know everyone can see that, but I don't care at this point. Just droning out my ears. Everyone kind of single filed out now. A couple battles here and there around the racetrack as we close in 25 laps to make it 24 till halfway. Ooh, 6 car, Robert Hill Jr. all the way down on the inside, off into turn 1.
Cosmo forces his way to the inside.
Forcing his, yep, that's one way to say it. He's in the fence in the back straight. Caution out. Octa caution. What's the point when it's after Nonagon? Or no, after Decagon? Then there's, like, what's the one?
I have no clue after
that. Then it's just like N-gon. No, because I thought there was like a word, for, like, it's like a 17-gon. I don't know. Shut up. Do math. Here's a look.
The Cosmo to the inside. Almost clear the...
Yeah. Just cleared himself up a little bit quick there. I think the 6 is just already on throttle. Oh, there was some precedence to that, I think.
Yeah.
And
it's technically clear, but yeah, I don't think the 6 was too happy with the way he was cleared.
Yeah, this is... Yep, that was a little rude on the 27's part, and I think the 6 car said, okay, see ya, and turned him around. And I guess we'll meet our Mr. Friend. Oh, he's already done waving.
At least you see him hold it like a torch, and actually, in picture there, Adams is able to get one of his laps back, so that's going to be really
I'm telling
key
you,
for the 95.
I'm telling you, that 95 car is recovering quite nicely.
Yeah, again, I just hope that those same issues that he had don't plague him again. I'm hoping just kind of a freak accident, something got unplugged.
Yep, that'd be really funny if it... You know what? It was actually kind of nice, though, is that when it unplugged, it turned its wheel all the way to the left. So, like, maybe if it happens in the race, like, it won't be an issue. Just provided you just plug it in down the straights, unplug it in the corners.
Oh, God. I imagine his tires are going to wear out, especially his right in front is going to wear out extremely quickly, putting full wheel lock into the turn.
Well, Tate Lightle has decided to come down pit lane. Surprised at that decision? I think I am.
Yeah, I am too.
He's led the most laps tonight, 67. He's going to trudge all the way to the back of the field.
I wonder if he got a penalty.
Could have.
He might have gotten a penalty and just said, I might as well just come down an extra time since I'm going to need the back. So that's going to give the lead to Kevin Finn.
Again, walked into the night. Here's one more look at your playoff picture as they came into the night. Kevin Finn was down 7 points. Well, he's led a lap, so he's only down 6 now to driver Johnny Thomas and Josh Adams. And, of course, the 14 outperforming all of those drivers, but with Johnny Thomas running third, that's going to be a pretty futile effort for now.
Yeah, it's trying to recover from a bad finish they had at Atlanta. Finished down in 19th, but finished, surprisingly well at Talladega, finished in 4th. So he's been recovering very nicely.
Drone operator got a little confused there. This zips around really fast, but it's a nice looking camera. I love the ones he did at Dakota last night.
I designed this one to try to follow them at the same pace that they go around the track when they're under green. That's why it kind of zips around really fast. Maybe it's a little too fast.
Well, I love using it. I'm just getting a little woozy after a couple minutes. I feel like I'm spinning around in circles.
I wish you could put it. You could change the shape, but obviously it has to be a perfect circle. But green flag back in the air.
Rapid waving. Wow, look how progression in that.
You gotta throw it onto the track and get a debris caution.
I'd be surprised if that happened. Actually, I would be surprised if that happened, but it's a new scripted event that iRacing's got going on. Flagman throws a flag on the racetrack. Hit a seagull. Whoa! Kolb saves it, sliding off the
corner or something because he went flying.
It's not Dieter. Swerve off the course there. PSA, don't swerve for deer. It's dangerous. And the 6 of Robert Hill Jr. on the inside of Kyle Hanshaw. Now a bit of a stack up. Race Clark runs high and out of the way to try to miss it. There is the 56 of Tate Lightle, who came down pit lane again under that caution sequence. He's behind a lot of cars now.
He's going to be having to work through quite a bit of traffic, and not in a race-ending scenario for him. He's easily going to advance on without much else to worry about, so he's all good. Same thing with Matt Gruenberg. He's moving inside the top 10, I believe, for the first time tonight.
Yeah, he's been pulling this strategy for a long time to start in the rear and then just kind of show up at the end for the party, and that's what he's done. I think, actually, this is probably one of the earliest moves he's started making to the front when you compare this race to others with a similar strategy. Up front, it's still Kevin Finn by half a second over Chad Frankenfield. The fight right now is for 8th. Wow, look at this, how sideways they were going off into turn 1. Here's Gruenberg to fill the hole on the inside.
Gruenberg going to get to the inside of Kyle Hanshaw. I think it's going to be a pretty easy pass to go for. Let's see if he tries to get to the inside of Robert Hill.
Squeezes down to the inside of the curb, and he's there, but Robert Hill Jr. should get a pretty decent run off the corner and leave the 54 stranded. He will. Hanshaw looked like he tried to cross him over, but couldn't get all the way down to the inside. Richard Hinds took a look, couldn't fill the hole. Throttling back up towards the front. Here's Kevin Finn and Chad Frankenfield. Frankenfield loose out of turn 4. Was almost the rear bumper. We say that. Another stack up for Tate Lightle and for Richard Hinds.
We're trying to see him missing his entire rear panel to that car.
Don't need that here.
Oh, boy.
Wow, he almost had it saved. He does. Great job there, but that's going to stack up everyone behind him.
And great job by Tate Lightle, too, for seeing that in his mirror and getting out of the way.
Yeah, that's defensive driving if I've ever seen it. Get out of the way of somebody in your blind spot. It's pretty solid skill level there. Level up, I guess, for the 56.
Also on defensive driving?
I guess so. The 53 of Dave Hunt is fighting the 22 of Race Clark. Remember, Race Clark was leading this race earlier tonight. For a brief moment.
It was in the front of the field when it was actually looking like he might have a pretty solid run. But one guy who is having a pretty solid run is Carlos Acosta up in 5th, although Justin Kolb immediately going to take that spot away from him.
Yeah, the 24 has not had a whole lot of speed, but he has been playing the strategy game and getting himself a lot of positions. So, again, this race has kind of been a strategy race so far, at least in terms of when to come down pit road and when to stay out on the racetrack. So if this race continues on that pattern, I think he'll be in a good spot. If it goes long green flag run, I don't think he's got the pace. He's actually the slowest car in the top 15 right now. At least he was. Actually, the slowest car on the racetrack.
Oh, car spinning in the background is Kyle Hanshaw off the corner.
No, he saved it. Wow. Back take a look at that real quick. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we do that, we'll look inside the right front fender of the 46. Wow.
Oh, yeah, that is really hot.
Toasty brakes on the 46. He's really working that car over.
Ooh, loose off of turn 4. Trying to hog the inside lane. Richard Hinds trying to work around the outside lane.
6 laps till halfway next time by. Still 42 minutes of racing remaining, and there goes Hanshaw. Does he save it again? He does.
Yeah, he does, but man, he is really struggling with that race car.
It's only going to get worse with the tires heating up and the track conditions themselves. 106 degrees Fahrenheit on the pavement surface, and the brake rotors inside that race car are just on fire right now, and that's certainly not going to help because you're going to heat up those front tires as well as your rears. No change up front, still Finn, Frankenfield, Miller, Thomas, Kolb, your top 5. Pat Gruenberg is closing in on Robert Hill Jr., though, for 7th spot.
The slow climb up to the front. Hasn't been able to get past Robert Hill Jr. I think he's just been sitting in behind, trying to find some way around. He looks to the outside, interestingly enough here. That's going to give opening for Tate Lightle to the inside.
Yeah, Tate Lightle was our leader, has still led the most laps of this race. And came down pit road a second time. And now he's trying to claw his way back through the field, working over the 54 now. Got some pretty sizable front-end damage. It doesn't look like it's really affecting him as Gruenberg gets kind of shoved wide there by the 6 on corner entry.
I think Gruenberg's just getting a little bit frustrated being in behind the 6 of Hill and has been trying to look for an opening on the inside as everyone is, but I think he decided to stop waiting and look to the outside now.
Back up behind Carlos Acosta for 6th spot, and Lightle not willing to give it up just yet. His brake rotors are glowing as well. Look inside that left front wheel well.
Side by side with Gruenberg here. We'll see if he's able to get on by.
I think
Acosta out of the group.
I don't think Gruenberg is going to fight that. He's going to let the 56 on through. But Acosta and Robert Hill Jr., they're going to contest this spot.
24 trying to pinch the 6 down to the apex. They're going to still be side by side. Where does Tate Lightle go now?
Probably the inside would be my bet, but I bet wrong before.
You've actually been pretty good at your predictions, like when you lately. So
I haven't bought a lottery ticket. I probably should. I have been wrong before. No, I'm not wrong often. I'll say that. Still a great fight for 6th, though. And no, Robert Hill Jr. tops the curb, and Acosta runs way wide, 3 wide for a moment. And everyone backs out.
Yeah, Tate Little's going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. He goes to the inside of the 6 now.
Consider the bird killed. Both birds, actually.
Oh.
Guys are racing pretty hard. Halfway through this race, 125 laps, or 127 actually, completed of 250. Still a long way to go in this race. Richard Hinds on the inside of Acosta now. Bit of a bobble there. And again, while we're watching this, I remind you that Thursday night we've got the I keep saying Scars. I'm so used to saying Scars. The Fuel IndyCar Series. They head to the Charlotte Roval on Thursday at 9 p.m. Really looking forward to that race. Probably one of the more anticipated races this season on the network. Of course, we also have the DC Region SCCA restarting on October 30th. So if you're interested in more road racing sort of stuff, the DC Region SCCA is running the TCR and Global MX-5 car in multi-class action on Wednesday nights, starting October 30th. I believe we're starting the season off at Summit Point.
Yes.
Summit Point for Wednesday, October 30th. That it will be the DC Region SCCA Grid Life. Should be starting up their season anytime in the next couple of weeks as well. We're going to get notification of that probably within the next week or two, now that the real racing season is over and done with. But the 3WideRacing League only has 3 more rounds left in the playoffs for the Cups drivers and the Trucks drivers.
In fact, next week you're going to Rockingham, so that's going to be a fun track.
I like that track.
In fact, I love all the rest of their tracks they're going to. We're going to Rockingham, Richmond, and Homestead. Really good final 3 races, I think.
Homestead's going to be interesting on this. Actually, we've already seen a race at Homestead on this package, and it wasn't quite as good as it used to be.
Yeah, no.
But still a formidable racetrack for the playoffs and a good place to go. Anyway, here comes Race Clark to the inside of Cogswell. This is for 13. Cogswell's car, that doesn't look legal to run here, sir. You're going to have to head back to your local dirt track and run that in the modified class.
So far, it's been pretty rough for Cogswell. He looked like early he might have had a shot at just cracking inside the top 10, although it's been a little bit of a struggle. He's just fighting with Race Clark now.
And Clark to the inside. Oh, there he goes. He's going to loop it. Does he save it? Nope. 46 is going to tip him around and sideways in turn 4.
Almost had it saved there.
Almost had it saved. And our Lord and Savior beating the dead horse again.
I kind of prefer the old one. It's a little much.
Like, is one gonna check on this guy's wife? Like,
I will say he's getting a hell of a workout.
I will say, the abs on that guy gotta be super toned after doing this for 9 times tonight. All right, you can calm down. Everyone's pace car. Field's on pit lane. Pace car's coming on through, and all right, dude. There we go. Calm down, dude.
Yeah, and also, you see in picture, Adams is going to be back on the lead lap.
Woo! Free pass for the 95 of Josh Adams. He got turned around a bunch of laps ago, had some hardware issues, put him 2 down. He's back on the lead lap and trying to protect his playoff position. Walked into the night 8 points above the cut line. As we have a couple of retirements to tell you about, Chuck Sweeting has just pulled off the racetrack. Sam Close has pulled off the racetrack. Austin Derbyshire has pulled off the racetrack. 3 retirements, 16 cars still running. Race off pit road, Kevin. Whoa, okay. Kevin Finn will run the race off pit road. Frankenfield, Miller, Thomas, Adams. Nope, Adams is going to have to drop to the rear here.
Actually, he's going to try to find his way to pit road. No, he's going to stay out.
So past halfway point here, about 125 laps ago. No, that's not math.
That's definitely not right.
Oh boy. Oh, Kyle.
Halfway is 125 laps. I think
113.
Yes. There you go. There you go, computer science engineer.
Oh no. I've been writing an anthropology paper all day.
Oh yeah, how's it been going? That's due tomorrow, right?
It's going. It's fine.
How many pages are you?
It's a 12-page paper.
Yeah, and how many pages have you written?
More than 1,
but
less than 12.
So it's a wide range.
So yeah.
Above or below 6?
Oh, well, see. Depends on how you look at the number 6. See, number 6 is a peculiar number. All right, the number 6 is the number of Robert Hill Jr. And he is a Robert Hill Jr. The post-it note Mustang.
What time is it?
It's due at the start of class.
When's the start of class? 8.
10:05.
Oh,
I'm gonna get.
Do you have a class?
So here's what I did all day today.
Oh, you have an 8 a.m. right?
I do, but basically what I'm gonna do is fine, because I already found all I have to do is just find a couple sources in the reading. Okay, I did that. So I just gotta make up stuff for 12 pages, because that's all anthropology is.
Oh, you got less than 12 hours.
I mean, when you say it like that.
No, actually, I have less than that because.
Okay,
you got
stop.
10 hours.
Okay, that's enough time for me to cry.
I want to take time for getting up and getting school.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's okay. I just had to sleep this out. Racing again in Martinsville. Oh, God. I need to end this now. Why'd you have to bring that up?
James going to the inside, looking to the inside of Chad.
Whoa!
Whoa! This might be revenge.
I don't think we're done here. Cars scattering 110 laps to go this time through.
Tate Lytle's in the thick of this. Has not been able to recover since coming down the pit road earlier. Struggling to get through some traffic. Gruenberg to his outside. Up ahead of them is Kolb and the 6th of Robert Hill fighting side by side. Ooh, contact between them.
Yeah, these guys are not on the best of terms right now. They've been fighting pretty hard.
A lot of guys are on the best of terms.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be making any Christmas cards for anybody.
I feel like a lot of people are running into a lot of different drivers at some point tonight.
Race Clark has called the night in the number 22. He's done. Having pretty good battles are all around the racetrack for the most part. Matt Gruenberg is starting to creep his way farther up inside the top 10, but he just doesn't seem like he has the raw pace that everyone else does. I think maybe if he gets some track position first, that might help.
Oh, and Acosta going to the inside of Gruenberg. Gruenberg going to give him the lane.
Ooh, got real tight there on the exit. Yep.
I think this is Acosta getting a little bit desperate here in the later going of this race.
Yeah, it's not looking good. And this is the position he was in back at Myrtle Beach when we started the playoffs. I ended up actually getting the position anyway because Corey Lindsay was not able to compete, so the spot was traded, the 0-0 for the 24, and now Acosta finds himself on the outside looking in once again.
Coswell getting passed by Josh Adams, who's back in this race. After being 2 laps down due to some hardware failure, but was able to get that sorted out.
Hanshaw and McKeevoy fighting for 14th spot on the racetrack. This is the last spot on the race, or 15th rather, is the last spot on the racetrack. That's where McKeevoy is right now. Up in second, though, Chad Frankfield's got some pressure from a guy I don't think he wants pressure from.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to deal with this, and curious if Miller is going to try something at some point, if it's just kind of waiting for, I guess, probably waiting for the end of the race. That's what will hurt the most, if you take someone out.
On the white flag, they can't get you back, can they, Finian?
Again, 42 is not really. Oh, really, none of them have. Neither of them have anything to lose. Frankenfield Rex because he's already advancing, but frustrations gonna be frustrations. I think the top 11, all playoff drivers except for Hill and Miller as they run.
Wow. Yes. Lots of blue. Lots of blue. Frankenfield still. Try that again. Frankenfield still running in second with Miller breathing down his neck, but the 83 of Johnny Thomas has gotten through to 4th. Tate Lightle in 5th. Justin Kolb back to 6th. Everyone else really single filed out now. This should just be a long haul for the last 100 laps here. I don't really think we're going to see a whole lot of drama at the end, but take a look at our trends of the race, as you would have put it the other night. 9 cautions so far, 38 laps worth of yellow, 11 lead changes. A little birdie tells me I don't think we're quite done yet.
Well, honestly, if you were asking in terms of the race report, we would have said a decently high amount.
Devin Finn wants it to go green right now. He's actually starting to pull away a little bit from Frankenfield in the 15th.
I'm very impressed by the way Kevin Finn's been running tonight. He's been one of the best cars on the track.
I remember his situation.
Yeah. And the thing, too, is that he's kind of has to win this race almost, because Josh Adams, he got both of his laps back and is coming up through the field now. So, the safest thing is to win the race. That way he doesn't have to worry about the whole, where does the 95 finish.
But now, if he wins the race, the 83 has got to be concerned where the 95 is, regardless. So there's a lot of drivers worried about a lot of other people right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Adams, actually, let me try to figure out if Thomas and Adams tie. If Thomas finishes ahead of Adams.
The leader up out of the groove in turn 4.
Oh, no. And
Tate Lightle
sliding.
spinning. No, he saves it, but what? Someone dropped oil.
L breaking loose out of turn 4, and that's going to put Finn back in 3rd place.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the 5th or the 14 car. Just drove off into the corner real fast, and was never even going to make the corner.
Right as we were talking
Vaughn
about
getting Jr. in the 14 car tonight.
And here comes Miller.
Oh, there it is! And he turns him. And that's going to trigger the...
No. Guess not.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, how's that not a caution? Robert Hill Jr. was real slow. I'm not sure if he was involved in anything beyond what just happened in the 15. Yes, he was.
Whoa, what on earth happened here?
So this is as they already went past the accident zone.
Oh, just got loose on the
Wow.
outside. Whoa, boy.
Oh, I don't think... Wow. All right, well, let's go back and look at the incident between the 15 and the 42. Pretty self-explanatory and straightforward there.
Yeah, that is straightforward. No need really need to analyze that. But goes around, comes around.
Rick Allen's favorite saying.
Well, his favorite saying is problems and championship implications.
What goes around, Rick Allen.
What's aggressive goes around. That'll be his most famous quote. I don't care what anyone says. That's the best quote from Rick
On a
Allen.
computer.
Oh, man. I remember that.
Grew up on a computer.
He stresses the weirdest word. The way he stresses certain words is really funny. But race off pit road is going to be the 42 of Miller.
I remember when he had an absolute heart attack when at the Roval last year, everyone drove off into turn 1. He's like, they drive straight into turn 1. The Tums are burnt.
Good, we should take some Tums.
Tum, 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 tums.
I haven't heard that jingle on before.
Well, now you have, so consider yourself
Well,
memorized.
on TV.
This is TV.
YouTube.
No, okay, you can play... Can you or... Okay, for those 7 people in the chat, can you or can you not play YouTube on the TV?
Yeah, but when everyone says, when they're talking about TV, they're usually referring to cable. Like, what's on TV, then it's not like what's on YouTube.
Okay, but you could extend, like, Netflix to TV.
Yeah, but it's still, it's like movies, so it's not.
But, like,
still not
YouTube's
TV.
got movies. We watch movies on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, is YouTube not TV?
I don't think we'll watch it.
It's a transitive property of technology, Finian. On a computer. Boy. Is YouTube TV or not?
Well, YouTube has TV. YouTube TV.
You know, this whole thing is...
That's still a thing, right?
Yeah, but we call ourselves SimTV Broadcast. We're not actually broadcasting anything. You ever notice that?
I mean,
broadcasting is like actually transmitting a radio signal.
I feel like that's like one of those terms that's just like lost its meaning, like its exact meaning, and just kind of used.
Well, so then TV has also lost its meaning. Because no one actually watches TV anymore. Why am I saying it like that? It's TV, not TV. You see the difference?
Yeah.
I've been saying, oh, the Apple TV, like an old like grandmother from like the South. We're watching the Apple TV.
I can't imagine your grandma trying to figure that stuff out. Because Apple TV, their controller, their remote thing sucks.
It's the worst. It's free though. I won it, so I can't
complain. We won it. That was
no, not we.
I use it though. Because you won.
I instead of we accept after. Wait, no, that's not that. Green flag back in the air. Man, we're racing again at Martinsville. Stack up in the background.
Yeah, with T1 was sideways for a second there. He's going to keep it relatively straight, but Chad Vigil lost a lot of time with that. Mac was a lap down. That's probably one of the dumbest things he said.
Okay, Mr. Brake Rudders over there. You're not exactly innocent either.
I know I'm not. There's somebody up there.
Hides the weeds at after C.
Costa and
demonetized. How is anyone still subscribed to this channel?
I don't think it's got about 901 subscribers. Road to 1,000.
Hashtag road to 1K.
Yeah, it's going to be a very slow road, but regardless, Adams to the inside is going to get past Richard Hinds, but for the lead.
For second place.
Or sorry, second place is Tate Lightle.
Attention, Penny. I put the ticker there for your... It's not just a look for
laughing.
It conveys information, all right? Like the fact that Matt Gruenberg's up into 5th for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, and this should be pretty easy for him to work up. Ready to go to the inside of Kevin Finn now. Kevin Finn was looking so good until he had that little spin that's put him back in traffic. He's not been able to recover yet, and it looks like he's going to fall victim to Matt Gruenberg on the inside. Even Kolb, too, is right in behind Gruenberg.
Kevin Finn in 4th place would essentially need to win this race as things are right now, and I think he's going to really try to defend the spot as best he can, but it's going to be a losing fight with that 54 on the inside.
He's trying to pinch Gruenberg down there to get a better run on exit, but Gruenberg's been doing a solo job tonight, and he's been so close to getting clear here, but he can't quite get clear of that 54.
Costa running 7th. He's got Josh Adams right behind him, off into turn 3. Ooh, almost the coming together there with Richard Hinds on the rear bumper.
These guys are still side by side. Finn is not giving this up.
And Adams and the 24 of Acosta, they're not giving it up either. Two very stubborn drivers on the outside here, not willing to give in. That's Kevin Finn and Carlos Acosta.
Yeah, I kind of don't blame them. It's these guys trying to keep their playoff hopes alive here and have a chance at a championship.
And both those drivers will have to give up the spots. Kevin Finn, maybe try to cross over here on corner exit. Can't really get the rotation he needs. Up front, though, it's James Miller, the pole sitter on the night. He's had an eventful evening, but he's back out front.
He's kind of come from the back to the front twice tonight. He's been turned by 2 drivers as a turn 1 driver himself.
Ooh, dooring each other on the back straight. That's the 6 and the 46.
These guys not too happy with each other, as it seems. Frankenfield in behind them.
Frankenfield has got a lot of work to do. He's down a lap as well. And he doesn't really need to do well in this race. He's advanced and moved on to the next round, but a win certainly would be helpful in terms of the seeding for the next round. And to the inside of the 46 he goes. Well, the caution and care is picked up quite a bit, which is surprising because we're working our way towards the end of the race. You think people would... And there they go!
Wow,
the 54, right? I told you I'm good at predicting things. 54 spun out in turn 4, the points leader. And our 11th caution of the night.
Jesus.
I don't know what just happened inside my throat, but it got wild up in there.
Good?
No. Not. Was there some help?
No, I don't think there was. I think he clipped the curb and got loose. I think it was really close. I think Finn was almost around it turning him.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't even clip the curb.
Use
got
the
loose.
force. The force? Use the force.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me tonight? You know what I got the other day that Finian made fun of me for?
What?
Is pumpkin spice coffee creamer.
I haven't made fun of you. Actually,
You did make fun of me
You're
for
like
it.
a basic white girl.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna use another word, but I corrected myself. I
Be politically correct, Finian. No, so I got this pumpkin spice coffee creamer because I thought it'd be good like in the cocoa and stuff and coffee. And I had it in hot cocoa the other day. It was like the best thing I've ever drinked in my life.
Are you seriously okay?
No, I'm really not okay. I'm so not doing good at all. Thank you for asking. No one's ever asked me that before.
That's a dark joke. Race on the pit road is going to be James Miller ahead of Tate Lightle. Looks like Frank was actually staying. Oh yeah, Frank was that way now.
Same thing every night. We have Wednesday off, and I'm gonna just take. What are you doing on Wednesday?
I'm gonna catch up with work that I should have done.
Oh,
this
here
weekend.
we go again.
I really was not productive this weekend at all.
Neither was I, but I got coffee creamer that tastes like pumpkin spice. You know who doesn't like pumpkin spice is the toxically masculine flagman. Being super aggressive with the. I mean,
I don't know if you can assume that.
You see this guy wave the flag, Finian? This guy's got like testosterone, like just puts it in his milkshakes in the morning. Just drinks it. What does that taste like?
What?
Testosterone.
I don't really think it tastes like anything.
I mean, it's gotta taste like something, right?
I mean, it might not. Depends on the properties of it. I mean, usually if you have any taking like I guess supplements for it.
What was the thing about water? Like hot water tastes round and cold water tastes pointy.
Oh, yeah. That's really weird.
So does testosterone taste pointy or round?
I have no clue. I act like that's taken in testosterone.
That's an r/brand new sentence material right there. All right. 75 to go. We're getting there. this race is long.
This is a really long race.
I would highly advise them not to do races this long again.
No, it is surprising because a lot of the other short track races
are super short.
Yeah, they've been pretty short. This one is kind of one of the outliers in that respect, so that's kind of why I guess we're not used to it. But yeah.
I don't even think even outsiders only did like 200 laps, 220.
Yeah.
They even typically do longer. All right, 73 to go, and Miller fires off. He's got Tate Lightle to the outside. Lightle still led the most laps. He tucks right in behind on the restart. Kevin Finn slots himself into third, trying to go win this race because he needs to advance.
I was gonna say it's good that he did start on the inside because he's able to get into third and get clear on the inside row. Here we go for the lead there for a second. As Little's going to make a move, but back in the midfield, these guys are getting stacked up.
Yeah, they are getting stacked up, but here comes Tate Lightle for the top spot. Down into turn one, the 42 tries to cover. He can't. Side-by-side fleet, Mustang versus Camry.
I've seen this before for the 42.
Hopefully it doesn't end the same sad story. For the top spot still, door to door down the front straight. Running out of laps, running out of patience, running out of time.
We get to the inside. I'm sure Finzel's going to try to take advantage of this to get on the inside of the 42. They're almost dooring each other down the back straightaway. They're racing hard now.
42 is going to try to diamond the exit, but he can't get all the way down.
Whoa.
Contact for the lead. Door to door smash on the straightaway. Lytle and Miller.
There's a decent amount of contact there. See some rub on the 56 on his right side. But
yeah,
neither driver is backing down.
That set the tone for this battle now. Caution in the background. Richard Hinds torn up. 21 of Jordan McEvoy torn up. It's our 12th caution of the night. He might be approaching a record.
I think record's like 16 or 17.
I think it's 17. But we still have a long way to go. Oh, Lord. I don't know why I said it like that, but... oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy, got an incident down in turn one. Well...
Yeah, that's Richard Hinds, I think, just missed the corner there.
Yeah, he missed it.
And McEvoy, nowhere else for him to really go in behind the two.
Chuck's asking us what we're on tonight. Just been a long day, Chuck. It's too long of a race. There's
it really has been
too
a long
many
day
cautions.
for me.
It's just been a day, you know.
I've been really tired today. I don't know why. I went to sleep at like 3, and then I woke up at like 10. I got a good amount of sleep, and I had like a 3-hour nap after. I don't know why, but I'm really tired today.
This last like 3-day stretch, I've just been like existing in like a separate plane of existence.
Okay, I'm really concerned. I don't know what the like a mental institution.
Okay,
you get the guys in the white suits to come with the giant syringe.
Okay, just because I want to know what testosterone tastes like doesn't mean I need to be in a mental institution. All right, I feel a little different. I don't know what it is. A little different. I don't know. I feel a little different inside, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know. I've just been in a mood where I just have not felt productive at all. I just don't feel like doing anything.
Robert Hill Jr. asked if we could play Baby Shark. I would, with the exception that I don't want to get copyright stricken. Copyright stroked. No. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Hashtag not it. That's not it. That's not the word I'm surprised
at the amount of talk I've heard on YouTube about how crappy the copyright system is. I'm surprised I haven't heard that. Like,
it's striked, right?
Strike, yeah. I think
streaked? Copyright streak?
Build a streak.
No.
Build a streak of copyright strikes.
No. Okay, here's the thing. I would play Baby Shark, but I can't because I don't get copyrighted. So I'll sing it to you if you want.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Actually,
yeah, you can't get, yeah. If it's a cover, it was a cover or parody.
No, it was Twitch that made it so you can't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, well, Twitch is dumb. That's why we broadcast on YouTube.
That's
not that YouTube is a whole lot.
No, that's definitely true, especially with the Craig setup shop thing. That was really dumb.
Yeah.
I was glad that they sorted that out because that's where I get my setups from.
A little selfish there.
I mean, yeah, but I'm glad. I'm glad that they were able to sort it out because it was really stupid grounds that Twitch was trying to suspend them on.
Okay, all right. I agree. I don't want to do the math, but we're getting close to 50 to go.
Maybe 64, 63
Thank you
to go.
for that. All right.
Whoa!
Wow, that was wild that it cost. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide or go 3 wide?
I think we're going to go 3 wide here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. It looks like we made it through there.
That was impressive.
Oh, well, don't think we're done yet.
No, we're not.
Chad moving back into the inside of Kyle Hanshaw. Late into the turn, he's going to go.
Woo, tight quarters in turns 1 and 2. Up front, it's all Tate Lightle and Kevin Finn, Linus Stern, Kolb for third. But back to
Joshua Adams, he's up in fourth.
How the heck?
Yeah, there's some great strategy calls for it in the 95 to get himself inside the top 5 with 2 laps down at one point. That's an impressive recovery there.
And 1 spot ahead of Johnny Thomas. So even if the 14 were to win the race, he'd be the safe one of the 2. Whoa! Robert Hill Jr. slipping and sliding way up the racetrack. He's going to go on the wall.
We're able to save that, I guess if that's if you can call it that, but we're going to drop in behind, lose quite a few spots.
James Miller all the way back in 13th place. And they'll have to trudge through the field all over again. How did he get back here? I wasn't even paying attention.
I think might have had a penalty.
This is why they require you to pay attention in school. Yeah, oops. Sorry.
You follow that too.
This is just, when races get this long and they have this many cautions, we typically get like this. So apologies if you came in here expecting what you normally expect, but we do the same thing every night. No one would come and watch anyway, right? Right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, if we just did this, do you think we'd have over 900 subscribers by now? Humor in media. There you go. There's your class. There's your paper. Oh, paper. Oh, no. Let's finish this race already so I can go do my homework. Let's go. To be fair, he only gave it to us on Thursday. It's like pretty short for a 12-week.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's true.
Like, it wasn't like I waited 4 weeks to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say at least like a month for that.
I mean, I don't know about a month. Like 2 weeks would be sweet. But, I mean, it's not that much to write. It's just like, I'm not used to that. Whoa! Thomas is in deep!
Gonna save it. Wow. I was amazed. I thought he was going to loop it there, but Adams was able to get out of the way. He's going to try to fight back now with the 83.
Oh, car around, I think. Oh, it's real slow. That's Dave Hunt out of turn 4. Let's jump back up to Josh Adams and Johnny Thomas. They've sorted it out for 4th. 55 laps to go. Carlos Acosta up inside 6. He's actually recovered quite nicely. Around.
Oh, Frankenfield. Around he'll go.
And 13 caution. All right, burnout's successful.
A little premature there, Chad. Those races they're going to end up in the same order that they are now. It's going to be a pretty bad restart for the 14 to Finn.
Yep.
Especially considering that Adams and Thomas, the guys he's racing with, are right in behind him in 4th and 5th. Because those guys are actually having pretty good nights, especially with the 83 of Thomas. Been surprisingly good for him.
So I had the soup for dinner.
Right.
There's still a lot of soup.
Yeah, there is a lot of soup.
Like, I could eat that for a week. I tried to eat like one of those entire glass things.
You try to have the 4 cups of it? Jesus.
Well, Jesus has nothing to do with this.
Like, wait, you're talking entire like a bowl? Or like the bowl we put it in?
The glass thing that you put it in. I put all that in the pot to heat it back up, thinking I would probably be able to. That's a lot. It's a lot, dude. Yeah. So
that's like yeah, because like I had the 2-cup container one. Even I thought it was a little bit much. That was about like what we had. Like that's about what a normal bowl size I guess is for us.
This is out of context. This would be so weird.
Yeah, but even that was quite a bit. So that was a lot of soup there.
There's like still like 6 cups of that left. I mean, it's good soup. It's actually better. It was better today. Like all soups are better like the second day because they like absorb more things.
Right.
Or actually, it would be the third day. Also, those burgers were really good. I want more.
We can get on one.
I know. Yeah, I guess we could. Or we could go to Five Guys. I've been craving Five Guys. It is expensive though. We have a lot of stuff to make more. So.
Well, if you want to actually tomorrow.
Oh, Finian, you're...
What? They got the...
No, I hate you for recommending that because we're going to do that now.
No, I've been wanting to go. I've been wanting to try that PB&J burger.
The what?
PB&J burger.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought you said. No. I was like, the what? What BJ burger? No, that was... I'm going to get that again. It's so good. So basically, they have a burger that has peanut butter, like a peanut butter topping. That's a little bit sweet.
Peanut sauce.
I love they have the subscriber count up over there. Like that's actually going to change during this race.
I was just curious because I saw that someone described. I was just kind of curious how it was looking. I've been keeping more track of it since we're just to see how it's been going up.
Yeah, so it's got brie on it, it's got bacon, and it's got like a sweet jelly, and then like a peanut butter sauce on that, on a burger.
And also tomorrow too, it's like $7.
No, it's literally $5.
Oh, it's really
literally
cheap.
$5.
It's like
I've got a burger, fries, and a drink for $7.50, like tip included.
It's
last
stupid.
time I was there, it was
stupid.
wild. All right, well, green flag back in the air. 49 laps to go in Martinsville. About 16 minutes worth of racing remaining.
Oh, Jeff will stay down.
And trying to pull off a win here after spinning out a little while ago. Oh, we're definitely not done crashing yet, folks.
Oh boy, been getting a little bit aggressive with the 15.
Needs to win this race.
And he's starting to run out of some laps here.
Yeah, this is pretty much a must-win situation for him now. And a bit of a bobble there by the 52. The 95 trying to capitalize on it. Here comes Matt Gruenberg in the background some more. Duking and diving.
Taking a very low line on entry. Oh, and a half spin in the background. Will he keep it going? He will.
He does. And James Miller just having up and down night.
Yeah, he's been beating around. Still beating a few people, but he's been mostly beating around.
That's one way to put it. Kevin Finn up to third and all that. Whoa, big dive by the 54. He's going to turn Justin Kolb. Does he save it? He does.
Go through a very big block on the 54. He's still not done yet. Trying to get that back up to speed.
We're definitely not done yet.
Oh boy, here comes Johnny Thomas down to the inside.
Up the racetrack goes the 52. Here comes Johnny Thomas. Trying to dive underneath him. Here comes the 46 of Hanshaw inside of Matt Gruenberg. And great mid-pack fighting all night amongst all the yellows. But as the laps wind down to elimination, one driver is going to be extremely disappointed if he doesn't get through, and that would be Kevin Finn, who's riding third right now. He's been so competitive all night long. Just needs a couple more spots. As the 52, look at the 46 passing people left and right.
Yeah, he's starting to appear here in the later going as a contender.
And there he goes!
Oh, and gets nailed by the 54, Matt Gruenberg.
And caution number 14. We are going to break the record tonight, Finian. I just feel it. That was bad luck. Bad news bears.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because he was running really well, but just got loose off the corner.
Spun out. Gruenberg helped him on around. No more drama beyond that. Everyone still on the racetrack is on the lead lap, but a couple drivers going to pit road. Frankenfield, one of them. I don't understand this totally, but...
Well, he has a significantly older tires than everyone else.
True. Fair enough.
How about
What? Nothing. Carry on.
I was going to say, how about Josh Adams up in third?
I don't understand.
He might win this race, honestly.
This graphic doesn't even tell you half of the story.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It just gives you the numbers. I mean, he's been as low as his 18th, which is pretty bad. But I mean, the fact that he's 2 laps down and only got just on the lead lap at halfway is pretty damn impressive that he's been able to work his way up here. And he's got a solid shot of winning. Although I imagine you're gonna have to pry it from this 14.
Yeah, the 14 car is gonna if he wins this race, he moves on. He's gonna restart second. Yeah, don't tell me he's not going to be pushing the issue here on the restart. He's going to be diving in there trying to do everything he can. All right, well, Matt Gruenberg at the 54, he has come to pit lane 15 times tonight, Finian. Which means that he's come down pit lane once for every caution and then once more on top of that.
Yeah, that's a little excessive, but I guess that extra tires from the people that didn't show up.
Top 7 are all playoff drivers. And the only one that has something to gain by winning this race is Kevin Finn and Carlos Acosta, and Richard Hinds for that matter. He's in 7th.
Although, especially the state of that car, don't think he's going to have the best shot at trying to get a win here, but he definitely can, especially if he gets really crazy here.
The only problem is that one driver can win the race. And that's not cars where you can have it.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me that, Kyle.
Why did I say that so Rick
I
Allen?
was going to say that sounded like something Rick Allen would say.
But remember, guys, only one driver can win the race.
That sounds something stupid that he would say.
But I mean, that's a good point, though. You got 3 guys need to win it, only one can win it. What's your point?
Yeah, that's the whole point of a race.
Okay, then explain cars to me, Finian. How did Chick Hicks, Lightning McQueen, and the King all tie then?
He's had really crappy timing and scoring, and they went off the picture.
I mean, NASCAR does that? No, they don't. They don't do that.
I don't know, when you think about it, too, it's like, that doesn't make any sense, because obviously they're going to go off of, like, they're not going to go off of the picture, they're going to go off the timing and scoring, which is what the transponder. So, that raises a bigger question, is does Lightning McQueen have a transponder this time?
There's another. That's another one of those r/brand new sentence material questions. Oh my god. Green flag back in the air. 38 laps to go. And Tate Lightle fires off trying to drive away. Kevin Finn needs to win this race. Can he get there in 38 laps?
I think he's definitely got one of those better restarts as he's got. He's got that 56 inside. However, the 95 of Josh Adams might be pretty aggressive here. We'll have to see what he does. This is the first time he's been in the front.
Just Lightning McQueen have a transponder in his time. Oh, man. Well, Kevin Finn's got to win this race. Is he going to put the bumper to him now, or do you wait?
I would wait. Because
elaborate on that.
I would wait, because if you dump him too early, he has a chance to get back to you and dump you, as we saw with Frankenfield and Miller. Speaking of which, got each other in the back.
Richard Hinds and Robert Hill Jr. pretty tight together out of turn 2. Ooh, a little bit of a pinch there on corner exit. Oh, the 2-car bottled everyone up.
A big stack up. No one else is going to get involved with that.
We need 2 more cautions to tie the record. Down up the inside. Whoa, there they go! The 2-car slides up the racetrack into the fence. He goes. We stay green.
He's really struggling with that car. Actually just lost the spoiler.
Oh, wow. The
This
14
battle
is
for the lead.
sideways.
His battle for the lead is getting really spicy. These guys are all nose to tail here as they're coming to 30 laps to go.
Wow, Kevin Finn is driving in so deep and so hard. He's sideways every time he enters the corner. On corner exit, they're a little bit tight. But he needs to win this race, and he's got only one driver he needs to pass to do that.
Gonna be taller over the wall, or maybe not, as Tate Lightle comes spinning or sliding off of turn 2. Finn to the outside now. I don't think he's gonna get it done there, but he's gonna try.
Maybe try to do the crossover here. Gotta watch out for that 95, but he's gonna get alongside. Not quite. Here he comes to the outside.
Whoa, man. Yeah,
Josh Adams drove in deep. Kevin Finn is there. He's there. Can he make the move now? Will he make the move now?
That's a look. Lightle racing him down into there.
A block by the 56. He slides up the racetrack. Here comes Kevin Finn. He needs to win the race to move on to the playoffs. Right behind Tate Lightle. Can he get there?
So close to doing it. It's just a matter of how aggressive this 14 is willing to be.
And will that 95 take an opportunity away? Because he's there as well. 30 laps to go for Tate Lightle to win the race. Kevin Finn is so close, yet so far.
Try to put a little bit of the gap from the 95 behind them.
He needs this race to go green. Look at him cross over. The 56 is struggling through the middle of the corner.
He's struggling through the middle and especially on exit as well, but Finn has been pretty consistent in this part of the run.
The brakes are nice and cool on the 14 as well. He hasn't been abusing his equipment. Look at the run he got on the exit of the corner. Here he comes for the lead.
He's got a fender. He's going to have a look to the inside here.
Oh, down the inside. Here comes Kevin Finn.
He wasn't really able to get that alongside. He's got to give up and start from square one.
I think Tate Lightle's struggling big time right now.
I think he's used up his stuff too much. Finn's been very conservative, and this is going to help him out here.
And the bumper is always an option. It's justified when you're trying to move on in the playoffs. The 56 is safe no matter what. And you have to consider that if you're Kevin Finn. You're going to temporarily make someone extremely angry at you, but in the long run, it might help you out. And the 56 is starting to clean up the driving just a little bit, and it actually pulled about a half a car length on the 14.
Even in the background, too, Johnny Thomas is approaching the 95.
Yeah, it's actually ran a 10th quicker than the 95 last time through. Kevin Finn up the racetrack in turn 3, trying to get a better run off the corner. Caution! James Miller again.
Row.
And 15th caution. 2 away from the record. Okay, we were 3 away before. Now we're 2 away. With 25 laps to go, Miller goes around for a loop. Oh no, the saga continues. Whoa, that was a violent one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, those
is that 3 or 4 now?
It's 3.
So it's 15 on 42, 42 on 15, 15 on 42, I think.
Yeah. Those have been 3 times 42's been spun around the wrong way.
Lane time, and guess who didn't come?
That's a pretty good strategy, I mean, honestly. Anyways, the way.
Oh, he's not the only one that didn't come.
Hanshaw stayed out, and so has
Justin Kolb. All right, so this is all about which. Yeah, it's all about which lane you choose, or you get put on for the restart here. A couple, Boston and.
What? Oh, no, that no.
No, this is Boston.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that hopeless. And the 56 will beat the 15 off pit lane. And wow, the 14 lost a bunch of spots.
Yeah, that's gonna be costly for him. I'm actually kind of curious if you can pull that out. So actually, looking at it, this was pretty bad.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, that's not working at all.
No, Kevin Finn's been backwards today, hasn't it? All right, well, he's gonna restart 8th. Is there any chance he wins this race?
I mean, honestly, we're coming down to very few laps to go. I can't imagine he was tired the whole lap back in back, but we'll see. And I think also the bigger thing too is he's got a pretty decent buffer. He's got Hanshaw, Kolb, Miller in between himself and Tate Lightle, who's probably his biggest opponent. Look at there.
I'm not okay. I've told you this.
This is like the 5th or 6th time I've asked this question.
I'm just look. After tomorrow, everything's fine.
That is
for 48 hours, and then it's not fine again. What? Why are you laughing at me like that?
You're making weird faces. Matt Gruenberg in the lead here. This will be a really interesting restart if Gruenberg, or if the top 4 really, if they have enough tires to outlast 56 and the 15, because they got very little time left in this race too.
I was looking at the time. I was trying to figure out, I thought we'd almost been going for 3 hours, but it's only been 2.
Jesus, it's not a 500 lap race.
So we're at an hour and 45. It's not actually that long. I felt like it was longer. Average speed's like 37, I think, in this race. All right, Matt Gruenberg, Kyle Hanshaw, green flag back in the air. The outside lane does not go. This is going to be a big mess.
It really is. As Gruenberg's got fantastic grease, and so has Justin Kolb to the inside of the 46.
Justin Kolb, what if he gets up there and wins this race?
Yeah, that'll be amazing for him. He's not in a scenario where he needs to, but it'll be nice for him to get a win, although Tate Lytle's going to go to his inside and a wrecking behind.
Oh, he saves it. Wow, great save there. And the 14 will be the beneficiary in that, but he didn't actually gain any spots overall. The 42 and 15 are still running nose to tail. How?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, rut-row indeed.
Round 4 between these guys?
I think so. Oh, maybe the 95 wants a piece of the 15. 20 laps to go here at Martinsville. Matt Gruenberg leads the way. Tate Lightle in second. A hornet's nest from on back, and the 46 spins in front of the field. Everyone scatters.
No caution. There's caution.
16th caution. 1 away from the record. I really want him to get there just for the sake of knowing which race it is that had the most yellows. Please. I actually really want
I think they definitely got shot now.
Yeah, I don't think we've had anything more than 17. So 17 is what we're shooting for here.
What? So flight miscalculation with 42 and around Kyle Hanshaw won.
Indeed. I'm hungry.
problem.
Well, it is a me problem, first of all. And, is 46 hunting for somebody? He's hunting for somebody.
He found his target.
Here we go. And displeasure.
Oh, is that it?
No.
Let's touch him.
Out of context. Some displeasure being shown.
Is it? Oh, damn.
Why did I have that in the rule book?
He's
He's making him nervous, I'll tell you that much.
He's staying in line here.
Maybe he can still score 5th.
Oh, no, he's not. I guess you didn't want to hit him because 3Wide's pretty strict with what happens under cautions. They're not afraid of no penalties for that.
Oh, Hanshaw had a good race going. Have to restart at the tail of the field here. Now, where is the 14? He only moved up 2 spots, still on the outside. He just cannot catch a break.
Yeah, he's going to need, I think, another caution after this to try to get himself in a position to win because he's going to be starting in the 3rd row on the outside. This is not going to work out. He's got Frankenfield to him behind and Thomas. This has not gone out well in the second half, and it was looking really well about 10-20 laps ago for the 14. Looked like he had a really good shot at winning this, but that caution just threw everything out of order.
Honestly, I would have been one of the drivers to just stay out and just hug that inside lane and force the driver to move me at that point. I mean,
yeah, I think with that few laps to go, I think it's might as well try something, especially the way this race has gone too with a lot of cautions. It's definitely not a bad strategy, and so far it's paying out, working out 54. Although now Tate Lightle is going to be starting in 2nd. He's got significantly fresher tires than 54 Gruenberg, so that'll be interesting to see. I don't think these two have run into each other tonight, but
what about Justin Kolb, though? Oh, Kolb's on old tires too, and is Miller. So Lytle's really in the catbird seat. Maybe Adams, he's a couple rows back, but he's got fresh tires as well. Re-rack him, restack him. One more caution, we tie the SimTV record of 17. And then that way I'll officially know what race it was, which is why I'm excited about it. So I really hope they spin out at least one more time.
Well, we got 14 laps, coming to 13 laps ago. Definitely think there's a shot that we're going to. I have a high doubt we're going to finish this race under green, but
here
or at
we
least
go.
Under regulation.
Matt Gruenberg, Tate Lightle, green flag back in the air, and Gruenberg got a great restart.
Yeah, he really did. And Kolb's trying to go to the inside of Lightle, getting those fresher tires on the outside. Should be able to get by the 42 out of the groove.
Oh boy, he's way out of the groove. Everyone's going to scramble right on by him.
He's lining up.
Oh, Josh Adams way up the inside of the 52.
That was a dive.
He got it. Behind, I hear it spinning. 42 around again.
Wow, it's...
How many cautions has this 42 car been in tonight?
A lot. A lot of
I don't even know who's on probation, but I bet you the drivers that are going to be getting some penalties after this week.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Frankenfield on probation?
I think he is.
Was Frankenfield or Gruenberg that had that thing at Talladega?
Frankenfield.
Yeah.
Don't know if that'll factor in or not tonight, but this was not on the 42. This was the 83. That was the first car the 83's been into tonight, I think. And we've officially tied the SimTV caution lap or caution number record at 17. Mark the date.
For at least one of them. I still don't know what the other one was.
Well, if we crash one more time, then we officially have the record.
Yeah.
Like officially. Monday, October 7th at 11:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have tied.
Time of death?
Yes. The time of death of me as a rational human being. All right, well, it's going to be sub 10 laps to go. Probably more like 8 or 7 by the time we get back green. Kevin Finn is up into 5th.
And so, yeah, I was just looking what are the most amount of cautions in a NASCAR race. And it was 22 at the 2005 Coke 600.
I mean, considering that wasn't at a short track, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. That is really bad. I thought it was a short track. I mean, I think most people would probably guess that it was a short track. I know some of them have been pretty bad, like around this number, too. But yeah, that race lasted over 5 hours.
Wow.
That's a long one. 6 hours of Charlotte.
Gosh, these caution laps. All right, 2 laps to go, so we're going to get a restart with 7 laps to go. Yes. And that means we'll have about 2.5 minutes worth of racing, just a little bit less than 2.5 minutes worth of racing. Gruenberg, Lightle, Adams, Kolb, Finn, Frankenfield, Robert Hill Jr., Carlos Acosta, Richard Hinds, Johnny Thomas, your top 10.
Yeah, Kevin Finn's going to be restarting the inside, so he's got something. In fact, it's going to be Gruenberg, Adams, and Finn on the inside.
Well,
it's going to be Lightle and Kolb on the outside, so I'm liking the way this is going to be shaped
I
up.
think the best sitting car right now is the 95. He's on the inside, and he's got fresher tires than Matt Gruenberg.
So it depends on how good of a restart 56 gets. We've seen quite a few guys on the outside lane struggle to get the power down. So we'll see if the 56 can get a good enough restart, at least stay alongside the 54. I think if he can do that, he should be able to pry away the lead from Gruenberg. But we'll have to deny it in. Also, if we go green all the way, because they're getting really racy now.
The playoffs for the RaceKings Cup Series in 2019 are going to come to a close in 3 races. We eliminate 6 of our 12 playoff drivers tonight in 8, make it 7 laps. Stack up on the restart, everyone scatters. Gruenberg fires off.
Fantastic.
The background, 53 and Dave Hunt, slow on the straightaway.
Might have had an engine or something, some problems for him, but the restart underway. Lightle in second. It's going to be Adams in third. Kevin Finn now fighting Kolb for 4th.
Kevin Finn has to win this race to move on and advance to the next round. He's in 4th place right now. He gained 1 spot on the restart. He needs to gain 3 more. Frankenfield up the inside of the 52. Can't make it. Gruenberg leads the way. Tate Lightle is on fresher tires, as is the 95.
That'd be amazing if Gruenberg wins this race. Dude's been a non-factor for most of this race. For 4/5 of it, he's been a non-factor.
Error 404, information not found. Caution! Yes!
Hey.
We break this MTV record at 18 cautions. Jordan McKeevoy spinning out in turn 4. And 18 yellows it is tonight, and this is off. Ooh! Watch this, Finian. Watch.
His teammates getting each other? Oh,
No.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, the payback was served, although it actually hurt the 21 more than anything. So now it's a 46 versus 1 sim deal. Green, white, checkered time. Green, white, checkered, job. No? Okay. Alright, now what? What are you looking for? Oh, here we go. Okay.
I was gonna have like there's like a guy in Wii Sports go new record. Yeah, I was trying to find that. But I couldn't find a sound bit of it.
That would have been good. That would have been pretty good. All right. So things to note is that the timing and scoring will stop functioning live update until they cross the line after we complete the scheduled distance.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, too, these guys are only running 1.
Yeah, it'll be 1 green, white, checkered, and that'll be it. And so that means the most cautions we can have is 19. 1 more. So this race will go beyond its scheduled distance of 250 laps. Right now it should be about 252 that we get. Maybe 253 if it runs a little long.
It's not looking good for Kevin Finn right now. It's restarting in 4th and behind.
There's no way. There's no way. If he wins this race, I will personally...
The only way he's going to be able to get in now is if he just dumps the 95.
I will, if the 14 wins this race, I will personally make myself a sandwich after this race.
Sure.
High stakes here, Finian. If the 52 wins this race, I'll make both of us sandwiches.
Cool.
So... Just saying,
my money's on Kolb.
There's some sustenance.
Even though I don't want a sandwich, I'm not really hungry. Sure, I guess I'll take
eat your sandwich then.
Oh
no! Joshua Adams
way!
has disconnected from the server with 3 laps to go.
Oh,
that
Are
hurts.
you serious?
That hurts.
Oh man,
Joshua Adams out of the race.
That's like some Toyota at Le Mans.
Internet issues for the 95. He's done for the night. Kevin Finn, however. Okay, I take my whole thing back.
They just completed race distance too.
My sandwich thing is off now because now the order's read. I can't bet. So.
Oh, but they're starting the same row though.
Okay. Well, bet's back on.
Actually, it's better for me now because 52 starting inside now.
Right.
Only one behind.
54.
I got a sandwich coming my way.
56. 52. 14. 6. 15. Green flag is going to fly with 2 laps to go. Bobble for the 56. Here
wide.
comes Kevin Finn.
3 wide on the start. Kolb to the inside. Finn now is going to be in second. Can he get to the 15 or the 54? He's got a lap and a half to go.
I don't even know what the math is on that, but it's over a mile. It's less than a mile. The 56 and 52 side by side for third. White flag in the air. Kevin Finn needs to pass one more car behind him. Let's pile up down into turn 1. The 24 spinning. A crash. Several cars involved, but for the top spot, it's Matt Gruenberg.
Can't get it done.
Can't do it. Kevin Finn is not going to make the next round of the playoffs. Is he?
No, I actually think he might.
Uh-oh. I take that back. Matt Gruenberg wins the race.
I was going to say, he won't win the race, but I think he should be able to move on. But after some absolutely rotten luck for the 95 of Joshua Adams.
Well, that was a race.
Oh, man. I also still can't believe this dude won. Like,
how the heck?
He somehow does it, and it's honestly amazing.
What, is this his 8th of the season?
I think so.
Can you check on that for me? Matt Gruenberg, victorious. 7th win of the season for the 54. Won race last week at Talladega. Back-to-back wins in the first round of the playoffs. Clearly the championship favorite. And he's going to go into next round carrying some bonus points and a lot of luck. We'll be back to talk to him in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back live to Sim TV here now with our third place finisher, Justin Kolb, driving the number 52 Camaro. Justin, a wild, crazy night out there. I think everyone's frustrated with everybody. Talk to us about your night and finishing podium after a crazy race.
Yeah, I came into this race with no confidence and then ran our first laps and thought we had a chance at it. But you could just tell as the night went on. I'm sure you could feel it in the broadcast. As usual with Martinsville, everybody just started losing their tempers, me included at one point, and you know, you ended up with a bunch of damaged fenders and a bunch of damaged tempers and feelings and everything. So But I think I don't know if it's official yet. I think we're in the top 6. That's all I came out here to do tonight. And now we can go forward and try our best to take home a title.
Do you think that any of these issues that we saw tonight, not only with a couple drivers in particular, but do you think the whole field is going to carry these grudges over to the next round of the playoffs, or do you think it's all going to fizzle out here at this racetrack?
Well, based off what I heard in my chat, which I'm not going to repeat, it sounds like we're going to be holding some grudges, and obviously, race car drivers don't forget things. So I have to imagine that some of these guys are going to take that and remember that and move on to the next race. And some people, if they got knocked out, I'm sure they'll remember that even more moving on to the next round.
With a third place finish, Justin Kolb advances to the next round of the playoffs. Justin, congratulations. We'll see you later. Have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Next up is going to be the driver number 14, Kevin Finn. A fight all night long to get yourself up towards the front of the field. We thought in the closing laps it would have to be a must-win for the 14 team, but unofficially, with our basic calculations, I think you're in the next round of the playoffs, Kevin. So just talk to us about your race and that fight and struggle to stay up in the top.
Man, I don't even know where to start with that race. It was just wreck after wreck, and maybe we got a 40-lap run at the most, but people were just driving right through each other tonight. It was very little respect, seems like, but I made a mistake. I locked my brakes up and hit James Miller, I think, early on in the race, so I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I had the lead for a little bit, and screwed that up. I locked my brakes again and saved it in turn 3 or 2, whatever it was. But yeah, luckily I got myself into the next round, I believe, with Josh lagging out. It's unfortunate for him.
All right, well, Kevin, congratulations. We're going to hopefully see you on in the next round of the playoffs. Your thoughts on the next couple of rounds? Do you think you got anything for Gruenberg and Frankenfield?
Certainly going to try. Now, points reset, so I think they reset. Hopefully they do. So, yeah, got to give it a shot.
All right, and the points will reset for the next round. Kevin, thanks so much for talking to us. Congratulations. We'll see you next race.
Thank you.
Oh, wrong channel. All right, and now we're going to finally have Matt Gruenberg up in the booth with us again this season. The 7th win. Last week we were talking to you at Talladega. We go from the largest track to the smallest. Chaotic night. I think everyone's frustrated, but without much surprise, we see the 54 in victory lane, but your strategy is starting at the back and staying out of trouble. Didn't quite work all the way, but you managed to win the race. Just walk us through your night and winning here at Martinsville.
Yeah, I just came into this race just to look to have some fun. It was really tough to pass, so working my way through the field was extremely difficult. It felt like once the tires got a few laps on them, then passing was just a real chore. So I just ended up getting stuck behind people. And I felt like if I could have got clean air, that I could run a pretty good race. And so with about 50 to go, I just said I'm going to stay out for the rest of the way. And there ended up being a few cautions there to help me out. Quite a few cautions, actually. That was a pretty bad race overall for everyone, I would say. But we ended up with a win, so I guess we'll take it. We didn't need it, but, I guess it'll keep the momentum rolling for the last round of the playoffs. So.
We're certainly keeping that momentum rolling in the 54. Matt, congratulations on yet another victory. We'll see you at the next round.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Finian. Well, not much to really say about that one. That was pretty wild. New record. Yeah. Cautions for SimTV.
Yeah, new record. And unfortunately for Adams, he's going to be out of the playoffs. Especially, he did everything he really needed to do. He was in by a decent amount of points and was running really well inside of the top 5. And then the internet just gave out within 5 minutes of the finish, and was not. Unfortunately, that took him out of it, and it was really unfortunate because he was one of the fastest guys this season amongst Tate Lightle, Matt Gruenberg, and Chad Frankenfield. But yeah, regardless of that, really looking forward to seeing how this plays out, as everyone's going to be reset to equal points. Not a single bonus point is going to transfer over from the rest of the season. So everyone's starting on a clean slate for these next 3 races, and it should be very interesting at Rockingham.
Rockingham coming up in 2 weeks from now. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later. Have a good night.